And we are live. Hello and welcome everyone who is watching. Welcome to the second part of the Faces of Evil adventure. The first adventure made for the new role-playing game Blood and Doom, which is currently still kickstarting and going into its final 3 days of the campaign. So check that out in the description below at the end of the video, should you be interested in checking out the game. And we've got our players here today again with us, who got into, quite a bit of trouble last week. But it was also a ton of fun. The adventure went like in all kinds of directions. So good to be back in the GM's seat for a change again and improvise and get Blood and Doom to the, virtual table, so to speak. So today we'll see how far we can get with the second part of the adventure. Maybe we'll be able to finish it today, or if not, we'll just go ahead and do part 3 sometime next week for you. And I'd like to do first a short round of introductions for our players and characters, starting below me. And also, my name is Ferruccio, he, him, and I am your Doomsayer for today. And then I'll go down to Sandra, who is playing Namuldi. Hello.
Hi everyone. I'm Sandra. And as Ferruccio said, I'm playing Namuldi. We both use she, her pronouns. And Namuldi is a bit spooked about this temple that she touched and something did not go as planned. So yeah, let's see how that goes.
She had quite a scare last week, I
Yeah.
remember. Oh, by the way, I'll do a short, a brief overview of what happened during our last stream in a minute. But we'll continue with Cason. Wiebe, a quick introduction
Yes,
of your character.
I am playing Cason. he is a big burly madman, and yeah, I am playing him.
And you were quite
Yes,
cheeky, I remember, last time.
yes, I definitely did that on purpose.
Yeah. There is someone in particular now who really wants to see you suffer. I think I remember her saying. So we'll see how that turns out this week.
I
Then we'll
recall.
continue with Wim Badulaan.
That would be me. Hi, I'm Wim, he, him, and I'll be playing Badulaan, a guardian with the warden archetype. He's a tall, broad-shouldered man with piercing grey eyes. And until now, I've been a bit on the background, but I'm the party guard, maybe, ready to act when needed.
The only
And I
one
have
who is responsible.
the only one that's responsible, yeah. And I have a scimitar-shaped birthmark on my left shoulder, and an actual scimitar on my side. And I hope that I can act during this session.
Cool. All right. Then we'll move on to Zamia. Kira, tell us a little bit about your character.
Yes, hello, I'm Akira, they, them, and I play Zamia, and she uses she, her pronouns. She's an assassin, and she thinks all of this can be solved if we just quietly kill the right people. And I say quietly with emphasis for the barbarians among us.
Which is also, we have 2 in the group. Ilya, Gio, tell us a little bit about your character.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Gio, he, him. I'm playing Ilya. She's a barbarian gladiator. She craves attention. She's also, fed up with any occultists and their dark plans. So she wants to get hands-on with this whole situation. So whether she will be quiet, like Zamia would like to see, I have some doubts.
Oh my god. Okay. That's a good start, and I already sensed that a little bit last time. So, just a brief summary of our previous session. Our adventurers arrived at the trading outpost of Ashar, quite literally in the middle of the Ovadir Desert in Athenia. And I think it was specifically Namuldi, and was it only, I think Namuldi and one and you too,
Zamia.
Zamia. You were interested in visiting this particular city because of its famous temple, the Temple of Aurelia, which is known for its divine glitter. It has like this continuous, almost magical glitter that is projected on its walls, which is said to be of a divine origin. So you all arrived there, but soon after you entered the city, you kind of noticed that there was this sort of doom and gloom hanging in the air, and people were kind of down on their luck and avoiding your gazes. And as it turns out, not only had the glitter of the temple been fading away for a few weeks already, but in addition, about I think it's 6 people had mysteriously vanished. You found out. So of course, doing some investigation, going to the temple, you soon discovered that indeed there, and this is where Namuldi got quite a scare. There's something very ominous about this this glitter fading away. There's more to it than meets the eye, and not only that, but you have all chosen to target a specific kahen or priest of this temple by the name of Obila, as one of the people you think is most suspect in having to do something with, well, who knows, the fading of the glitter. Is it the missing people? You can only guess. And he soon, after some covert ops and hide and seek, led you right to the center of the palace bazaar, where you found out that he was in contact with a person named Nimawe, who is a fortune teller, and had quite an intense conversation, I remember, with Cason. And eventually the session ended when you all followed her during the evening to what is probably her house, but you can only guess, near the oasis, as Ashar is, aside from its temple, also famously known for its beautiful oasis where they get their, Dulmar's drinking water, especially. And so, yeah, it's an inside joke by now. And and so you overheard a conversation in their house, in which not only Obila was present and Imawe, but also another man who you haven't met, who you hadn't met before, by the name of Cason, and also Amara, who you did see briefly at the registration office, because, as you may recall, as you entered the city, everyone was required to fill out some registration forms with some personal information about themselves, and she already was kind of interested in your arrival, it seemed. So that's where we left off, and I do know that Namuldi and Badul An, after the secret gathering at the house of Nimawe ended, Obila went his own way deeper into the city for who knows what he's going to do. And Namuldi and Badul An are trying to follow him. And then there is Cason, who said something along the lines of, "I will inform the others." And that got the attention of Zamia, Ilya, and Cason, who decided, okay, we're not going to let that happen. So we'll follow him, and maybe we'll, kill him, subdue him, knock him unconscious. We'll do it inside the city walls, outside the city walls. We'll see. So let's get started right away, and I'll move you all to the city map. And I have this night version to match the mood a little bit better, since it's now evening. Well, it's nothing. It's just a blue filter. So, And I see Namuldi looking like it's like, oh, special map drawn from scratch to present
Exactly.
the night vibe of the city. And we'll just pick up here. So I'll show this to you. We have Cason, who is making... I'll put him here because... Actually, he is making his way here to the east gate of the city. And as you may remember, the house where you overheard the conversation was located here, right next to the oasis. So he is kind of making his way across the street here in a fairly open streets, and will then turn the corner here to see his way to the gate. So perhaps... Well, we have a split party, so we'll see how that goes. And let's start with Cason, Zamia, and Ilya. What would you like to do? What are your plans? Cason is making his way. I wouldn't say that like he's not running or anything, but he's also not taking. He has some haste in his pace, making his way out of the city. So what do you what do you think will happen next?
Well, what I think will happen next will be all be victorious and the problem will be solved.
Well, it is your job, no? I'm sure you're very good at your job.
As I think this main street is a bit too open, but probably when he turns right, it's a bit more quiet. We can ambush him there. Well, not ambush, but just follow him. And
Ilya increases her pace and just goes for it.
We don't first quickly discuss tactics. We improvise.
And Ilya looks back like, come on. It's dark. There are no guards. Let's take him out.
Well, how about we both walk on one side of him? We just grab his arms and kind of just struggle him into an alleyway.
I like
one
that.
hand over his mouth.
And Ilya just points like, come on. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah? All right, so an attempt will be made to pull him into an alleyway. Let's see.
We muscle him into an alleyway.
Sort of shoulder to shoulder, both of us kind of squishing him and just walking him into the alleyway.
Yeah. All right, so I assume Cason, Ilya, that's what you're two gonna do, as Zamia is maybe keeping an eye out, seeing if nobody is noticing on the street.
Also hide myself so that maybe he'll think, oh, there are two people here. I can handle that, and I'm the element of surprise for when they fuck up.
Sounds good. But I do have to say, I mean, there's some people out on the street, and you're trying to do this in the middle of the city. So I would like to ask you both, Cason and Ilya, to make a stealth roll. It's just a difficulty too, because you're not really rolling against Cason himself, but just in general to see if what you're about to do may attract the attention of some passersby.
All right. Let's.
Two setbacks.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Off to a good start.
Oh my goodness.
Without our knowledge, he's just like a professional wrestler or something,
All right, yeah. So I mean, with this setback in place, I have to escalate this towards Cason himself, noticing what you're about to do, of course. So there's even some people out in the street who are looking at you, noticing like, hey, there's a barbarian man, a barbarian girl, barbarian woman, I should say. They're like trying to pull this guy into an alleyway, but he kind of quickly makes a short distance between you and him. And for this reason, because you both suffered a setback, I think it's safe to say that he'll get a turn now to respond to what you've just done, and then you can let me know what you want to do to follow up on what is happening now. So let's see. The first thing that he is going to do is, and this is an encounter, by the way, so we're gonna go like in rounds now, and everyone is gonna get one turn each round in any order that you want, except of course for now when it makes sense that he would be the first one to respond. So this is pretty interesting, actually. I think because he sees you too, he's alone, right? So he doesn't really like the situation. So he'll immediately start by casting some kind of a spell, and you see him making this gesture, and he crosses his arms across his own torso as he looks at you, and then he kind of just makes this motion going outward and then like grabbing his hands like this, and he targets, let's see, can you both make a doom roll to see who he is going to target? We'll immediately start with doom roll.
So that's just action dice and with
no,
the
you
number
can,
of doom
there's
points?
actually
Or?
a doom roll button on the left side of the action dice
Oh, there it is.
section.
Yeah, I see it.
Terrific.
So
There you go.
So normally for a doom roll, it's either a success or a fail situation. When it's like a choice between different characters, it's just like the one with the lowest number of successes gets targeted. So in this case, I see that Ilya rolled 3 successes and Cason only rolled 1 success. So you will be the target of this spell, and you feel... I can just slowly reveal what you're starting to feel. In the meantime, you can make a toughness roll, difficulty 3. And you feel like as if your skin is becoming like inside of your body. You feel your organs and flesh are starting to liquefy, or something is like, it's like nausea times like 100. So...
Wow.
Well,
I don't know. Now, you might have a skill, probably not, because this is of course like, it's kind of like a magical influence. If you have anything related maybe to diseases or something like this, you might add that here, because it specifically targets your body and your flesh. You already rolled? Is this the result? Oh my god.
Yeah, it is.
Did you really suffer a setback? Oh wow. Okay. You suffer 2d4 internal damage. Let me quickly get my, because I have a special Doomsayer sheet here that I will pop out of the Roll20 window so I can roll.
This really isn't going our way, right? So
no, and that's just
gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Well, that's just the first part of what will happen. So that's 2d4 internal damage. I'll turn off my modifier. So let's see what happens. D4. So that's 6 internal damage, and there is no armor that can prevent this. So unfortunately, you'll take the whole 6 internal damage, and you must lower all your body ability scores by 1 until you rest. But because you suffered a setback, you must lower all your body ability scores by 2, as you feel that your skin is a container of rampant bleeding inside your body.
Yeah, there's not a lot left.
So we'll see now. I mean, he took a turn. Let's see, Cason, Ilya, what you're up for doing. And I'd say that if Zamia wants to join in here, maybe you'd have to spend 1 turn to get into the fight, because you're like at a distance, and then after that you can like do whatever you want to do. Or of course, try and maybe do something at a distance with a, like a crossbow or another ranged weapon. So Cason or Ilya, go ahead, feel free to take a turn, see what you want to do. He is still at, like, you can move towards him and make an attack if you want.
as soon as
But
Yeah, as
he's-
soon as Ilya sees that he's that he noticed both barbarians, she immediately will run towards him just to bull rush him,
just okay.
regardless of any spectators or.
Well, no. At this point, we hadn't actually done anything yet. He attacked us, so this is self-defense.
Yeah,
Well,
basically, yeah. After you try
Ilya,
to pull them out,
Ilya doesn't think like that. She has a target and she goes for it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So you want to make
You might say she acts because of
And-
the spell casting that starts.
What kind of weapon do we see, Ilya?
Nothing. She'll just bull rush him to grapple him to the ground and
Cool.
stomp him.
Okay, so that's difficulty 3. And you can use your grappling skill to do this. And of course,
Okay.
it's a strength roll.
All right. So a hard difficulty, and here we go. That's a success.
All right, nice. So you run over there, you just put your arms around his neck, you put your weight into it, and you just go full on like you're in the arena putting up a show, and you're like trying to. Oh wait, you have him grappled. So now it's pretty interesting because you have no momentum. If you had momentum, you could now immediately, as a bonus action, try and, for instance, make a throw or a chokehold or take him to the ground. So would you say you're content with just constraining him for the time being?
Keeping him on the ground, that he can't use his arms in any spell casting or whatever.
Okay.
And see what he will do.
What he will do. All right. That's cool. Cason.
Ow.
Yes.
I think I'm going to rush over and I'm going to punch him in the face.
All right.
Ilya will keep him like that, keep him up, and
Okay,
make
so you
make Cason an easy target for Cason.
okay, because you are holding him, you're gonna get edge to your roll, Cason, to try and hit him in the face, of course. So you run over, try and punch him. It's a difficulty 3, but you can get you roll 1 extra action die because Ilya is holding him down. Ouch!
This is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. All right.
Next
So
time.
now there is one thing, because this is I'll just explain a little bit of what's happening like in the metagame area here, because this is such a prominent member of whatever unnamed club of people that I won't mention yet. He actually has a nemesis level, which means that he can do a little bit more than like an ordinary character or monster could. Which also means that he can take an extra turn if he wants to during a round. He can only do that once during an encounter. But that means that he is going to take that extra turn now and try and free himself from your grapple.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, there's a okay. So that's gonna be a toughness roll for you, and there's also a difficulty 3 to see if you can hold on to this grapple or he might escape.
And just toughness, or can I add my grappling? Because
Yeah, you're still grappling, so yeah.
okay, all right. Let's see. Fingers crossed. My God.
Oh, wow! How is this possible? Oh wow!
I want to
okay.
use a doom point. If I use a doom point,
No,
you can't. You
setback.
can't use.
Oh,
You can't
it's a
use
setback.
one when
Yeah,
you suffer
that's
a
it.
setback.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and we're now in a combat. We're now in a combat situation.
Wow.
So I actually have I have something here, which is a list of setbacks that you could suffer.
The emphasis
and-
lies really on the doom part right now.
Yes, yes.
And blood as well.
Fingers crossed I
Yeah,
die in
yeah,
the most
yeah.
gruesome manner.
Yeah, let's. I think a cool setback would be that he elbows you for 1d4 bludgeoning damage as he gets out and gets up from your grapple. And not only that, but so that's, oh my god. Okay, so 4 bludgeoning damage, and he also manages to knock you over in a way that your weapon kind of slips from your hand. Not like super far away, but you're still on the ground, and he is now gotten up to so let's see, that was his turn because he was freeing himself. And yes, Zamia, now you can
Help us out here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to just dart behind the building just to hide with a bonus action, which I can do because of Stalker.
That's cool.
And then just, because he's preoccupied with these barbarians, I would like to use, my hidden state and his state of distraction to more easily fire a crossbow at him, and also use a Viper Strike to hopefully enhance the damage.
Okay, well, first you'll need to hide. It's a difficulty 3. It's a stealth roll, and I'd say because of all the commotion and the things that are going on here, you'd gain edge in this case.
Okay, so
Also
stealth,
because you haven't
cloak and
really entered
shadows,
the
and another
combat
one.
area yourself.
So that's stealth 5, cloak and shadows 2, and then edge for another one. So that's 8 dice. Okay.
Yeah. This cannot fail, and you do not fail. So you are successfully hidden. Cason is kind of looking around him, like, he's very aware of Cason and Ilya, and he's like, okay, maybe he's looking for a way out. And all of a sudden, Zamia, she's hidden. Look, it's. For a second there, I was like, oh my god, technical difficulties. And then I was like, oh, of course. This is all part of the game. So you fire from concealment your crossbow. In this case, also a difficulty 3. You can use your dexterity ability. And I assume you have some kind of bow's skill
2
to
points
go
in
along with
bows.
this. Yeah.
Yes. So
And
you'll
gain edge because you're hidden.
Yeah. Is there extra edge because I have 2 momentum on the stealth thing?
No,
Or...
no, not in this
Okay.
case. No.
Okay, so it was difficulty 3, you said?
Yeah.
So okay, then it's and I'm using Viper Strike. So
Oh my god. Blood points are being spent for the people watching. Blood points are being spent. Wow. Okay. So now, actually, depending on, I'm not quite sure if your crossbow has like any weapon attribute that you utilize. Let's have a
yes,
quick
but I
look.
want to use the Viper Strike momentum
yes.
on Viper Strike. You need it for that.
Yeah, because you're also swift and vicious, so you can cause bleed. But you're spending your momentum
no.
to use your Viper Strike. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and the crossbow has penetrate. The swift and that's on the Zambaya.
Yeah.
Crossbow has penetrate, but I'm instead spending it on an extra d8 damage. So this will do 2d8.
Yeah. So you can roll that, and it also adds your modifier for your bow. So I think that's probably 2. So make sure you have that set to 2, and then you can roll it, and it will. Let's see. Oh my god! Wow. Okay, and I assume that's piercing damage, right?
Yes.
And he doesn't have like the best of armor, I can tell you. So he takes
armor. How does it function here, Ferruccio?
Yeah.
For example, Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a basic damage reduction armor. So the armor value that you have is subtracted from the damage that you take. So for example,
I took 4 damage, so I have leather armor. So
yeah, it should say on your wait, yeah, so on your character, I'll show it, and the people watching can also see what's going on. So in the armor section on your character sheet here, you'll see SCPBE, and that stands for slashing, cleaving, piercing, bludgeoning, and elemental damage. So it was bludgeoning damage, so you just subtract 1 in that case.
Okay.
And then whatever was left over is the damage that you take, and you mark those as either bruises or wounds, as you want. So now it's the other way around, and I see here 12 piercing damage, and Cason has only 1. His armor only, keeps away 1 piercing damage, so he'll be taking 11 piercing damage.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. He deserves it.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
No,
Well, you
I
don't
guess-
know. You don't even know this man. All he
Yes, I
said.
do.
All he said was, "I'll go get the others."
And
Yes.
who got help from the dead?
Yeah,
He has
true. Yeah.
evaporated my intestines.
Just a little detail.
A detail I chose to forget. But he isn't quite dead yet. So
Yet. I like that word.
everyone is taking a turn, and I think it's fair to say that after being attacked in this way, whatever is happening in this alleyway, he's going to try and make a run for it, but not after he has had one more chance to cast one of his horrible spells on you, and he attempts to cast let's see, onto Ilya, because she looks very menacing and strong and like a threat, and still pretty close by. So I'd say, Ilya, you feel as though he's making some gestures, and all of a sudden you notice behind you like a dark rift in reality is starting to appear, and you kind of feel as though your body gets sucked out from this world slowly. Can you make me a focus roll? It's difficulty 3.
Okay, she indeed tries to stay away from that rift or whatever she sees appearing.
Oh, almost. You can spend a doom point if you want.
You like that, right? And I'll do it.
Ooh,
She really wants to
let's
get
go.
well,
Yeah, you don't want to
Not
get
get near
sucked
that
into this rift. Trust me.
exactly. All right. When Ilya sees this happening, then she now grasps her battle axe.
But did you press the? Because in my chat I don't yet see the reroll. You
Oh,
wanted to
sorry.
yeah. So if you
Yeah,
because
sorry.
you could still fail.
No, indeed. Here we go. And it
You-
has
You
become worse.
jinxed it, man. You jinxed it. Oh my god. Oh,
She goes for a battle axe, and then it's like, oh!
yeah.
I
Did-
get
but
sucked into,
but did you press again, or did you press the reroll button?
I pressed. Oh no, I didn't. I pressed again. I didn't.
Yeah, because
use
it
the
says
reroll.
1 success, but you already had 2. So
Ah, okay.
I think if I add up, yeah, but it's a new roll, right? So it's different. But
Yeah,
I
I can reroll right now and see what.
let's
yeah.
do that. I think that's the most fun. It's the most fun. Yeah. So you
Okay,
made a new roll, but you had to
My
to
bad.
press the
Here
reroll.
we
No,
go.
it's no problem. Okay, I mean right now I'll just have to pull you into that rift. I'm sorry. So what is going to happen?
Yeah.
You are now banished for 1d4 rounds, which is
wow.
oh my god, for every d4 that I touch turns up a 4.
Give us
it
a break,
appears to me.
man.
Yeah. And you have to make a willpower roll, difficulty 3, as you are sucked into some kind of of dimensional void, and around you you see all kinds of shades of black, soaking in light at impossible angles, as you are like cast somewhere at the other side of the universe. It feels like, and some multi-dimensional energy is like grabbing hold of your body, trying to pull it apart, and this is kind of it has an effect on your psyche. So the willpower roll will see if you maybe suffer some madness.
Okay, well, I'm afraid that I'll
Oh
go
my
mad,
god! All right,
or at least
well, you didn't. At least you didn't suffer a setback. So you suffer 1 madness.
that's a win already, right?
Yeah, you suffer 1 madness, and you after these 4 rounds, you will reappear where you disappeared, or the nearest safe place. But I can assume it's probably just right there on the street. And then Cason, he looks, so Cason, just as Zavia, just for your, what you're seeing is like you just see Ilya disappear in this dark void, and it's like it's a rift, and then it just closes. And you have no idea that she is going to like reappear in several rounds. So it's like she's just gone. And then you see him look at you, and he says, "You stay back." And he makes a run for it. And now he really increases his pace. In fact, not even increasing his pace. He just starts running towards the city gates. And he was already, of course, around this place. So he'll run as fast as he can. He is now aware of your presence. So what are you going to do? And he's also making sure that he is moving side by side with many other people that are on the street as best as possible, because he's no fool.
Oh, that means he's going slower. If he has a serpentine, that's slower.
No, but
than
it's
a straight
evening.
run.
It's like there's a few people on the street. It's not busy, but still, he wants people to see him run.
I am past the point of caring. I am I'm going to grab my
That's the right
axe
mindset.
with a specific name, which is a tabarzin.
Can I,
Yes.
before this is done, just also yell like, "Stop him! He's the one that's been disappearing people."
Well, that makes sense, but I do have to say, normally I'd say, yes, this is totally gonna work. The problem is, rumors and pointing fingers and all kinds of things have been happening in Ashar for quite a while, so it probably will catch some people's attention, but they won't be like, "Oh, sure, of course, it's him," because
Yes.
they suspect Tunaka, the crime lord. They think it's jinn that are involved, or
Can they roll for
dust
it?
devils. So yeah.
But it at least gives us a reason to be doing this.
Yeah, it may work. Yeah, you can try though. So you can try that on your turn. Maybe it will work, and your persuasion skills are so great that somebody will try and grab him for you. But first I want to see what Cason is going to do with his tabarzin.
Being a big, burly barbarian badass, I will proceed to run after him way faster than any civilized puny man.
You
would
just
be able to
decided
run.
that your movement speed is more than it is. Okay, sure. Well, let's go ahead,
Exactly. Due to the power of roleplay, I
Yeah.
am faster.
Yeah. You will it so. You will it.
I will it so. I will run after him, and I shall avenge my comrade by smacking him as hard as I can.
She will never
Preferably
be
in the
forgotten. Like,
No, I may not want to kill him, because he might be the only one that can bring my friend back, and we still need answers. But the least I can do is cripple him for life.
okay. Well,
Sounds fair.
I'm not quite sure if not trying to kill him would be more difficult. To me, I guess no. So I'll keep it the same. the same difficulty, and once he becomes dying, I'll just say, okay, you knocked him unconscious because that's your intention at this point. So it's
You
a
know, if
difficulty 3 to attack him in the middle of the street. People are watching, but it doesn't matter at this point. The stakes are high. There's nothing left to do but brawl on the streets. And of course, use your access skill. And I'm guessing this is a strength roll, though I'm not quite sure. It's maybe a dexterity axe, but I think you will be using strength. Your microphones. I don't hear him anymore. Check.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
you're
There you
back.
Can you hear us?
Cool.
Okay.
Right. Tabarzan is cleaving, versatile, and accurate.
Oh, accurate. So if you have an accurate axe, that means that you can use the accurate attribute, which allows you to roll an extra action die if you want. So because it's like you can make a very precise attack with this weapon.
Yes, please.
So let's do that. You roll an extra action die on top of your ability and skill.
It's 5d10 against the difficulty of 3. Should be doable.
Yeah. 5? Wow. Luck is
Great.
really turning against you
Yeah.
guys.
I'm gonna use a doom point. I'm gonna reroll. It's fine.
Wow. Oh my god.
Great. No, this is perfect.
Oh
this is
my
all in
god.
character.
To
This is
everyone
all
watching, are you seeing what is happening? This is the bad luck that is. It's almost like some individuals from the setting have, like, for real now cursed you in real life.
We're doomed.
Yes, you are doomed. So, oh my god. Okay, so as you do this, you just try and strike with your axe, but he just ducks out of the way, and you just smash it against the wall, and your axe is dented. So this means you have to check the little box next to the weapon. If it gets dented again, it is destroyed and beyond use. So you'll have to try at some point in time to maybe do some repairs on this axe or find another way to attack. But this is not looking good for our
This
heroes.
is all going according to plan.
Yes,
No
sure.
worries.
Yeah. All right. Well, Zamia, you wanted to kind of rally the crowd around to maybe see if they're willing to. I mean, that takes some persuasive powers, I'd say. I would even call it a difficulty 4, because what you all don't know is that he is a super popular guy in this city. He always gives I'll reveal a little bit of it, but he's always on the Palace Bazaar giving like talks and speeches, and he's very popular. So you'll have to try. Maybe it will work, but difficulty 4, it will be. Is it like you're threatening people to do it? You're trying to
course,
persuade them?
look at me, I have a bow!
Oh, okay. Grab him like this. Okay, so it's a mystique roll. And we'll see.
Yeah. And sort of intimidation, is it?
Yeah, you can try this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have intimidation, so that's...
Wow!
Whoa!
What is this insane? Like,
Yeah.
I rolled
what?
5 tens!
Let's see this. No way!
I used up all your luck, guys!
Yes, you
What
did.
do you have to say to that, doomsayer?
Whoa.
You have
Oh my
defeated
God.
me. I stop. It's done. All right. So there are actually 2 people now. Let's make it more fun. He's actually already near the gates, but the guards hear you say this, and the guards apprehend him. And they have these spears as they are guarding the gates, and they hold up these spears in front of the gate, and they're like, "Wait, you're going nowhere. What is the meaning of this? What are you talking about?" He did it. Cason, is this true? who is this woman? And there's kind of, because they know him as well. He is a well-known figure in the city. So I mean, I don't know what you want to do, but unless you go up there and come up with further arguments, they may...
I'll go up there. We've been investigating things and we overheard them and we just want to talk to him and he started attacking us with spells. I mean, he disappeared my friend.
I don't
You can
know.
ask anyone on the street there.
She's obviously a mad woman. I mean...
I am living proof. Barely living proof.
And he kind of starts to step backwards very slowly. It's like, none of this is true. Forget what happened here. And at that point, yes, he'll try and say something like, step back and let it go. And he says this to you in a very particular way that means that you'll have to make a focus roll, difficulty 3. Step back and let it go, he says. Meanwhile, the guards are not letting him through the gate.
I want to reroll.
Okay.
It's not so high odds, but...
Oh! Well, you are charmed at this point. You can try and end the charm at the end of each turn by making this focus roll again, though you suffer 1 madness each time that you fail to do so on these subsequent turns. And as you are charmed, you cannot act against the source of your charm, and you suffer challenge to defend against it or any of its harmful effects. So you suffer challenge and you cannot act against him. I'd say it's kind of like, because we're now in a sort of a semi-encounter narrative situation, so I'd say definitely it will become more difficult for you if you want to keep shouting that he is guilty, or like insulting him or trying to have him apprehended. You could still try, but you'll suffer challenge, but you cannot attack him at this point. And he is just making his way, and he's trying to go to another gate because he knows that trying to explain to these guards for too long what his situation is only gonna mean that at some point Cason is gonna come back, and he knows that Ilya is also gonna come back at some point. So he'll make his way and try to disappear into the city. And I want to ask Zamia, because at Cason, no, you can. I guess you can both try. Make me an awareness roll if you can actually see where he's going. Otherwise, he'll be gone. So it's difficulty 3. To see where he's going. Otherwise, he'll disappear into some alleyway and just,
Can I use my hunting and tracking skill to give me a bit of a bump?
I'd say no.
Okay.
Because we're in the city and you're... Oh my god. It's... Oh. Why? Oh, Cason, you saved the day. Okay, I don't read, like, in the rules it also states, if there's no, like, feasible way to make something into a setback, then don't even try. I don't see how trying to see him disappear can, like, I mean, you're not all of a sudden gonna fall down.
I've just got a headache, just like...
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a headache. Yeah, it's like,
Like, I'm fighting against myself, like, this is a friend, but I'm like, no, he's disappearing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like... You just see me sort of grasping at my head, just like...
Conflicted. Yeah, he definitely was in your mind somehow. In a similar manner that Nimame always, almost was inside Cason's head during our previous session. But Cason, yes. You managed to spot him running away, and you see him going... If you check the map, I'll point into some direction. He's going in between here and trying to make his way here. see if he can go in between these houses to somehow shake you off. So, I mean, at this point, we're in some kind of a chase situation, and he's running, and your speed is the same as his speed. So, what do you want to attempt to do? You want to follow him and try and apprehend him, and then we'll have to make some rolls to make
I
that
am
happen.
going to follow him.
Yeah.
But at the point where, because he's running in between the houses, right?
Yeah. He's trying to go in such a way, like crisscrossing, making his way in some kind of a weird figure, to not like, to try and distract you from like what would be the most obvious way that he's going in.
Okay, well, I would have simply dropped my big ol' axe for now. I'm not going to use it if it's going to break it.
Yep.
And running after him, when we get to like one of the alleyways, just in between one of the houses, I want to grab one of my throwing axes, and we're just kind of see if I can use like the blunt side to hit him like in the back of the head.
Nice. I love this idea, and also possible from a distance. So you're running. I have to say that because you're running and he's a moving target, you'll suffer challenge. But let's go. Difficulty 3. You're running after him. You see him get behind some houses, then you see him appear again, and you're running, and then all of a sudden you see this opening, and you're like, okay, now you throw your throwing axe, and of course I think it's a strength roll, and you'll be using your throwing weapon skill.
I think I'm gonna use the doom point to roll 5.
It's
Yes.
all right.
Because you have all the -2 on things.
How many doom points do you have left, Cason?
I've got enough.
12.
Enough. It cannot be more than 1 or 2. It's
Well, I started with like 6.
yeah,
so
I
think
know,
I'm
but I
fine.
mean, you already spent like 12, I feel like. But anyway.
No, I'm gonna doom roll 5.
Let's see. All right, roll 5. Let's go. Oh my God! Yes.
This is typical. Yes.
This is very typical. Though, if you want, and I'm by no means trying to empty your wallet,
Oh yes.
you are
Yes,
allowed
please.
to still spend another doom point to re-roll if you want.
Wait, you did the doom roll and not roll 5?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you
the wrong
made a
button.
doom roll. Oh yeah, you didn't press yeah, you're right. You have to
Oh,
press
wait.
the roll 5 button on the right side. Ignore this roll. Wrong button.
Well, there you go.
As
Still
a
not
failure.
enough.
Okay.
Wait,
So-
wait. Maybe I've got something. Wait.
But you can re-roll it.
Maybe he has a trait or a power that could no?
No, Savage Strike's only melee attacks.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's say for now this doesn't work out, and I think at some point we'll have to put an end to this chasing, and I think he earned it, right? Against 3 people. So he is gone and disappears
Our rolls were
between some
lousy.
buildings in the distance as you kind of had to like stop for just a second to throw. I mean, if you hit him, you'd have gotten him. But unfortunately, things turned out in quite another way. And then our scene, we have a small fade out and a fade in. And we see Namuldi and Badul Aan as you are actually chasing after Obila. And I will get his character portrait also. And he was also leaving Nimawe's house. Nimawe and both Amara, by the way, still being inside that very house. Though for how much longer, you can only guess. And Obila is making his way across the edge of the oasis. And he seems to be turning more towards the center of the city as he gets closer to the Nomad and the Crow. So, Namuldi Badul Aan, what would you like to do?
Is he walking at a normal pace?
I'd say slightly hastened space, not running, not like rousing suspicion, just like someone who definitely knows where they're going and is in quite a bit of a hurry.
Okay. So, what are we going to do, Namuldi? I think we should just grab him.
But if we follow him, they said something about a wall, about maybe he leads us to where they're hiding, or whatever is doing this.
I agree, but I mean, he's alone now. We can take him.
She looks at
I
Balalan.
don't want him to get any reinforcements.
I see the other ones laughing like, you can take him, sure.
Yeah, that's also the.
I mean, the other ones are fine, but we're just two people, right?
I love this role play. look at this grin. But the others are fine.
Yeah, but they are equipped for this. I'm not really. I think it's better to just follow him, see where he's going, and if he's doing something bad, we can interfere. We need to find out what's happening.
I'm curious what he's going to do, so yeah, let's just follow him for now.
Okay. So we're going to keeping ourselves out of, or at least Namuldi is going from building to building, trying to keep out of sight.
Okay. So you are trying to follow him, and
yeah.
I don't know what like this. I still think to do this properly. I mean, a stealth roll would be required, but just a difficulty 2, because I think you can keep some distance.
Would my hunting and tracking apply here?
Hunting and tracking to hide inside a city. I mean, sure, I'll allow it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, stealth is my.
It's in the
worst.
urban jungle.
But it's still in the desert, so.
Yeah, true.
Let me see. 6.
Okay. Since stealth is my worst ability, and I'm also wearing noisy splint armor, might maybe have to spend a doom point.
First doom point for Badu'an.
So
I need one of those soundboards where we can have like cheering, like.
I could press roll 5, but
yeah.
I'm wearing noisy armor.
Yeah, but that's no problem, because noisy armor gives you challenge to do this, but the roll 5 states that you roll 5 dice after you have applied edge and challenge. So you roll 5 no matter what. And that's what you spend the doom point for, of course. But still. Like I said, you can still spend another doom point to re-roll this one, because you rolled 5. Now you can still re-roll if you want, but I mean, it's still another doom point. It's happening. Yes, all right. So even in your heavy splint mill making like this metal noise, you have to keep up. So there's no way to kind of really do the sneaking around. There's some hurry here, and you manage to stay out of sight, and you watch as he I'll put the portrait over here, because he is actually making his way through the city, and he's going to this northern district, and he makes his way to one of the houses here. You see him knocking on the door. He has a quick chat with someone, and you can barely make out who it is. But from this distance, if you're not intending to get like closer and risk the chance of getting spotted. You see that there's a young man, like in his early adult years, who did not expect to see Obila just in front of his house, apparently. But, okay, this happens and the door is closed. He walks on, and just, feel free to interrupt me whenever you feel like you may want to do something. He goes to another house, also knocking on the door, and you see another young man that he's talking to for a few minutes. As this is happening, he makes his way into a quiet street corner here. He waits for a few minutes, and out come these two boys. And where is... Yeah. Excuse me. And you see these two boys, like, I mean, just at a glance you can tell they seem like, like students would not maybe be the right word, but they are definitely at the ready to help him out with whatever he is going to do. And at this point I want to ask you if you want to take any action, because he's going to do something very specific now.
Okay, if we do anything now, we have to make it quick, because the boys are probably going to run and get reinforcements. I think we just have to grab him. So, are they at the short distance?
Well, I'd say
Are we
they're
close
kind
enough
of
to run towards them?
they're kind of grouped together. So if you wanted to, it's difficult to say, because he is standing here waiting for them, and one of them comes out from this house, walks from this side, and the other one comes from here and is walking this side. So in order to catch them both in the same area, you'd have to wait until all three are together. Or you'll have to do it earlier and then choose one of them, because they're kind of convening at this point where Obila is waiting for them, each coming from a different side.
And this is kind of an alleyway, or does it have just two entrances, or are there more?
No, you see
Ways
the
in
map,
Overhand.
right? Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
No, it's not like an alley. It's a pretty open street, but he's kind of
Okay.
standing on this corner so as not to be rousing too much suspicion that he's waiting for them, in this particular spot here.
Okay.
So this would be an alleyway, but the the streets around here are just regular streets. It's a
Yeah,
little
there are more
bit
exits.
it's a little bit less busy here on the streets than where the others were, as it's further away from the center of the city, and also further away from any of the gates.
Okay.
I can keep them in place if we need that, but it would be easier if they are closer together.
Yeah, let's.
I know what you're gonna do.
Okay, I'll wait for Nemuldi. And
Yeah.
as soon as she does her thing, I'll try and grab Obila.
Okay. Because the idea is, if they're standing together or closer together, Namoldi crouches down, puts her hand on the ground, and if this works, these thorn bushes are coming up around them, potentially doing some damage, but it also halves their speed.
Oh, so you're summoning these roots, I think, right? From the earth?
No, yeah, it depends.
Because from what I recall, it's either or. So it's like
Yeah.
the grabbing roots or it's the damaging thorns.
Thorn bushes, yeah, but also when you are in these thorn bushes, your speed is halved.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, thorn bushes all the way. Let me just do one quick check on something relating to the use of the magic.
It will cost me 2 blood points.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spell, to be honest. Yeah. So let me just see. Because you are targeting a larger area. Yes, here it is.
Are we somewhat alone, or are the streets still crowded?
I'd say it's pretty desolate here. So I mean, if this takes too long, some people may come and walk up, but no. So I looked it up, and in this case, the difficulty is just the difficulty of your spell and not any of the targets. That's what I wanted to know. Because if you would directly target Obila, it would be a different difficulty than if you targeted one of the boys. But you're not directly targeting anyone, so it's just the base difficulty of your spell. That I quickly wanted to look that up to be sure. So you can just roll, because you still have to roll to see if this succeeds. And you can use either, I think it's wisdom or heart, and of course you'll be using your nature skill as well to cast this. And then you'll need 2 successes at least to succeed. And of course, the more successes you roll, the more damage or effects the spell will give.
Then I'm gonna go with wisdom because that's 1 die more.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's cool. The first, well, at least the first not evil magic being used.
Hey.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so what happens with this? Because this is what is known. You have 1 momentum, and basically when you cast a spell, it gives you like this extra intensity. So what additional? I think it has to do with the size of the.
With the size, yeah. It says roots and thorn bushes are the size of a wagon. So you just see from the ground this massive growth.
You see the sand and dry earth like crack open, and just from out of nowhere roots come out the size of a wagon, which is perfect, right? Because that's exactly that's exactly all 3 of them. And if you had rolled only exactly the difficulty, I think it would have been just enough to maybe only grab 1 of the 3.
Yeah,
so
size of a human.
So they are now. I don't think the thorn bushes grab them, but it deals damage, right? So you can roll damage.
Yeah, 2d4 slashing damage to anyone inside.
Ooh, all right.
Once, so that's first time.
I'm ready to write this down.
2d4.
Wow. Oops. Okay, 9. Woo!
Max damage. Nice.
That's pretty heavy. Okay, so. Oh man, so you already can see both Salek and Ferdinand. They're like, oh, they're almost going down already because of these storm bushes that you've unleashed. They're not looking very healthy. You see, their skin is being scratched open. They're trying to fight off these storm bushes that you've summoned, but they just keep entangling them and scratching them and attacking them. And Obila Deer is also not at all happy with what is happening, but he's kind of like resisting that a little bit better than they are.
I am going to warn Badalan. If you are going in there physically, I cannot distinguish. They cannot distinguish. The bushes are not going to distinguish you from them. So be careful.
Yeah. Well, don't they actually do that? Like,
Yeah, if anyone moves partly or fully inside, their speed
Yeah.
is halved and they take 1d4 slashing damage per turn.
okay, but I did think that they only would target enemies of you if you wanted to. No?
Oh, it's an area.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
Okay, but
Okay, and
so
Does it ignore armor?
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. So, but I mean,
Okay.
he's
Then
like, oh come
effectively,
on,
it
I've got
cannot
my
hit
sp-
me.
Yeah.
I have
he's
4
like-
slashing resistance. I'll just,
oh yeah.
as soon as I see these thorns, that's my trigger. I start running and I go for Obila.
I think this is a pretty epic scene because you see these thorn bushes there attacking these boys. Obila is kind of trying to shrug it off. Badul is just getting into the action. He's not even caring about these thorn bushes or whatever damage it may do to him. But I want to ask first Namuldi to roll one more time as someone is entering now.
Okay, 1d4.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm sorry.
5 damage. Well, I think it's okay.
Oh, it's +1. Okay, then I take 1 damage.
Wow, it's our warden. You see? All right,
I'm
no
so
problem.
close to dying.
All right, so
and I
you see
assume
Obila
that-
struggling. So what do you do?
I assume that Badul knows that he is evil.
At this point, I'd say it's fair to say that you can make a good guess that they're all pretty evil. This this group.
Because Badul hates evil. So in my attack, I would also like to use the Bane of Evil power.
Nice. Okay, the Bane of Evil. And then I just want to warn you, after this is done, they are going to take some turns as well, just so you know. But who knows? Badulan, okay, so Bane of Evil, you're going to attack him with your sword?
Kupesh.
Your
yeah.
Kopesh, nice, okay.
So that would be a strength roll.
Yeah, it's a
is 4.
difficulty, it is a difficulty 3.
Okay. I have a 2 in swords, a 4 in strength, so that's 6 dice plus edge because of the Bane of Evil, so that's 7 dice. Ooh. Oh.
It's, I mean, narratively, this is some really good stuff, but oh man, this is such bad luck. Wow. So, I mean, he just sees you coming, and you don't know. I mean, you don't expect it from a priest, you know, but he is just trained in the martial arts in a way that you did not see coming, and he just ducks out of the way, and he makes this move, just, you know, like easily blocking your weapon attack, like even pulling you off your feet for a moment as you fall down into these thorn bushes. And at that point, he is making his way out of this area, as are slowly Salek and Ferdinand. And I want Namuldi, can you roll me again this damage as part of his setback? Because he is now face flat in these bushes.
Well, actually, I have Juggernaut, so even
Yeah.
on a setback, I can't be knocked prone.
Ooh,
Assuming
very
that the
nice.
ground is solid.
Oh,
So.
I see this.
And I do need to backtrack on. It does say only targets your opponents, so
Yeah,
it
see,
does
I
not
thought so.
target
Okay,
Battleland.
yeah. Okay, no problem.
that's
I
fine.
think he took 1 damage before, so that's okay. But if you want, you can still remove that one because apparently it, you know, she can choose not to.
It does
target.
distinguish.
Yeah, it's because it's like nature magic. It kind of understands, you know, who is your friend or foe. So you are not necessarily knocked down on the ground, but you do kind of stagger for a moment and you're like off balance for a minute. but you cannot simply be knocked prone. You are a juggernaut. And so, but he is, of course, as part of this setback. Now he is taking his turn. Obila deer is slowly walking out of these storm bushes. It's the size of a wagon. So
He does get slashing damage.
yeah, okay, so they're all going out. So you can roll one more time, and then they're out and have escaped from the area.
Yeah, their speed is half though, so they don't get far beyond the bushes.
No, just a little bit. Yeah.
2 damage.
2 damage slashing. That's this. And unfortunately, that does not appear to really go past like any of their clothing or padding underneath that they have. You also get a sense that at least Obila has some kind of it's not visible, but it feels like he has some kind of a magical resistance to some of this as well. Anyhow, they all make their way out of this this area you've created and are trying to get away, and at the same time I want to say that Obila is going to cast a spell, and this is going to be the putrefaction of dispersed flesh, in which you see him to a target up to within near range, which in this case is going to be Badul An. You see him make a gesture, and you see him holding his fist like up like this, and then just very suddenly like making this motion with his hand open. And you just feel that your skin is starting to spew out some purulent, infectious goo as you feel the disease within you growing. Yeah, I know it's pretty. It's pretty disgusting. But anyways, make me a toughness roll, difficulty 3. Oh wow! All right. That's a good one. So you manage to feel this happening, but you kind of manage to shrug it off. It's like it won't just fester enough for your skin to burst open. But then, as he makes his way out, both Solek and Ferdinand are making their way to Namuldi, I'd say. And now I'm just wondering, because it does slow them a little bit, I'm wondering if they could reach you. And I don't think they can, but they will try. So they kind of stop halfway, but you can see that they are making their way up to you, and as soon as they get a chance, they'll, both. They have some daggers that they can use to attack with that you can see. So please be aware of this. At that point, Badul An, Namuldi, what would you like to do?
Let me see. When I see them coming for me, I am going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Let me see what I have for that. I'm gonna use my barong.
Sorry?
My barong, my knife.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Just to attack one of them. I don't know who is coming first.
Let's say, because of the two, I know Ferdinand is the most devout. So Ferdinand is gonna be up front, and he is making his way towards you with his dagger, but you are already standing at the ready with your barong, and you make an attack. So you can roll to make an attack with this weapon. It's either strength or dexterity.
Oh yeah, it can be both, right?
Yes, for some weapons it can.
Strength or dex.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can make your own choice, and then you use your dagger skill.
Okay, then it's going to be a dexterity, since
and
that's
it's only
one more.
a difficulty 2.
Okay, perfect. So that's 5 dice.
Nice.
Ooh,
Cool.
all right, all right.
That's a hit.
So you managed to hit Ferdinand with your barong, which is like it's a pretty sizable dagger. It's almost like a machete kind of
Mhm.
weapon.
She
And
made
you-
it herself.
Yeah. And you just start slicing, and let's see how much damage you do.
1d6. Let me
Yeah.
see where that goes. It's slashing.
Plus your modifier.
Yeah.
It's one.
5.
Wow. All right. Let's see. So slashing damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And poor Ferdinand. 5 plus 3. Oh, alright. So, well, actually, you see him go down. He is mortally wounded, and he's just a young boy, you know. Probably
Oh, she's
prob-
she's feeling so bad about
probably
this.
misled, you know, and you see him coming at you. You're like, and you see him, and he spews out some blood as he just. It wasn't supposed to go this way. And you hear Salek, no, because they're like, you know, they're tight, these two, and he just drops face down into the sand, and you just feel the life disappear from his body.
Self-defense?
me, Salak.
Yes, definitely. I mean, that's what you can tell the guards later if you want, but we all know what happened.
I just was gardening. I don't know what's happening.
Weirdly enough, I don't know if you all have the same feeling, but unlike in some other games, I really felt this, like, oh my god, this is pretty, like, it's just, I mean, it's an enemy that you killed, but still, it
Yeah.
feels like
Yeah.
they're so
it-
human,
it's-
you know, it's so real. But,
Yeah.
you know, so, Badulan, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll run for Nemuldi to protect her. Although
Cool.
she might not need protecting. So until now, I haven't done anything useful yet. But yeah, I'll run for Salek. I assume. Was Obila trying to escape, or was he running for Nemuldi?
No, he's not running for the movie. He's trying to get away. He cast his spell, and he's kind of still, you know, he was watching the boys, seeing what they're gonna do. But he definitely, now that he's seen this happen, he's like, no, I'm gonna make it out of here.
I could go for Salek, but then we killed 2 children.
Well, I mean, they're
allowed
not,
Obila to
I mean,
escape.
they're adults, right? They're young adults. So
Oh,
that-
okay.
yeah,
The young adults.
Yeah.
Then it's okay.
yeah.
No, I'll.
But still, you could have talked to him, and you know.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Just
I'll-
messing with you.
I'll run for Obila.
Okay. Yeah, because Salek is also pretty upset about his best friend dying, so he may not even go through with his attack eventually.
Okay.
So you make a run for Obila.
Yeah.
You're close enough, so whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I would like to grab him and
Mhm.
restrain him to
Okay,
prevent
so-
him from casting another spell.
So you're trying to grapple him. It's a difficulty 3. Strength and your grappling skill. Let's see how many successes you can roll.
Oh. Then I'll spend a doom point.
Really? Not a grappler?
I have 0 in grappling.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, in that case, I'll just go for violence. I'll use my sword.
Oh, I was just about to say you all are just role playing and not looking at what you're best at. It's so cool, but now you're flipping that around, and no, that's just cool. Yeah, so just grab your sword, try and chop off his head. All right, let's see it. So make an attack.
Okay, I'll make an attack. It's still
totally
hard.
understand.
I assume.
We don't need that information anyway.
Yeah.
And I would like to reroll this.
Ouch. I mean, you're spending doom points anyway. Oh, okay, okay. All right, let's see it. Deal your damage.
5 damage.
And it's a cleaving weapon, right?
Slashing.
Slashing.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. No, it shouldn't have been a d6. It should have been a d8.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
Come on!
That's better.
That makes the difference.
So 10 slashing damage. Wow. Okay. Let's see if he survives this. Oh, man.
I was hoping for momentum because then I could have used the restrain property.
Yeah,
My
with your co-patch, because it has this like angled curve in it, with which you can use to. It kind of resembles, in some sense, not exactly, but the weapons that the Thraki have in like a sickle-shaped weapon almost, but still more like a sword than a sickle.
To hit someone with a shield, right?
He looks really badly wounded, but he is not yet going down, and he keeps making his way, running at this point, and he is going to do, yes, he's going to cast another spell, and he will tell you, and you hear this voice, he's like, step back, and that's all you hear, and you can make me a focus roll, difficulty 3.
Focus.
Ouch. You are charmed and you suffer a setback. The caster gains full control of the target's actions instead.
Yeah, I'm an NPC now.
Oh.
And he
Yeah, you can have a toilet
realizes-
break while
he
the
realizes,
say,
yes. And he says, kill the druid. And then he just disappears. And that means that, we're not gonna go that far, but I suggest that at least you're gonna walk up to Namuldi and attempt to, strike her once, I don't know what she's gonna do, but you cannot resist this urge, though after you have tried this one time, you can make another focus roll to kind of shake yourself loose from this.
Okay.
It was going so well.
I know, yes, but you all decided to go head first into and I'm still not saying the name of this operation that's going on here, because it has not been named as such or revealed as such, but we all know who these people are. Like
the puppeteers.
Puppeteers, yes.
We do.
The what's a
And they're
monopoly?
definitely not a cult.
No.
No.
They're just a nice group of people.
Yes. So
They're just
Badelan,
misunderstood.
Badelan, what is happening now? Can you describe to us what Namuldi sees from the corner of her eyes as she's still watching Salek, like, oh my god, my best friend, and he's like, but at the same time he's also slowly backing off and letting go of this body in an attempt to, save his own life and try and get away. So
Yeah, is it more like I'm a puppet?
well,
So
you
it's
just
still clear from my face that what I'm going to do is not what I want to do.
I think that she can definitely see that, yeah. But your body otherwise is really now instructed to go and kill her. But you do it very reluctantly, of course, and with hesitation, and your expression on your face doesn't necessarily have to match with that.
Okay. Yeah, what she sees is that Badu'an comes back with a significant amount of blood on his sword. And he's moving straight for her. He's not running necessarily, but He's especially focused on her.
Does he hold his sword up, or is it? Yeah.
Well, he's not raising it, but yeah,
All right. Namuldi.
still holding his sword.
And do I see something is wrong when I see that movement coming towards me?
Yes, I don't think you'd have to roll because you also know by now, these people, they have some powers, and you kind of witnessed what happened, so you definitely know he is beyond himself and maybe dangerous to you at this point. There's this, it's in the air. You know what I mean?
There's some clear determination on my face that's normally not there.
Yeah.
When I'm in a group.
Okay. I am going to drop the you see the bushes retract in the ground again.
Mm-hmm.
And these large vines come up. Let me see if they do what I want them to do. No, these roots push up, and they are going to try to restrain or take your ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Take your foot, and restrain Badalam there, because she probably knows that knocking him prone won't work. He's this very sturdy person, so she has already seen that probably in battle before. And
this does require you to roll because you're casting it again, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it does require again.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure what the difference is between roots and vines. If I want to restrain someone, could I use vines, or do I need to use the root?
The vines are like what Tarzan uses to sling around.
Ah,
right?
yeah,
So,
exactly.
it's more
you can carry them.
climb. So that would definitely.
Then
be
these are roots.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And he's going to pass the boy, right? When he is going to for me, if he's coming for me.
Yeah, sort of. But he is already like slowly moving away. He's not going to be like in the middle of this.
Okay. Then you see these roots coming up, and they are trying to grab your foot. Let me see that I'm going to spend 2 blood points on this, because she knows she cannot outfight
It will be
this warden that is coming for her. And I'm going to go with a wisdom nature again.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty?
2, because it's still a non-targeted spell.
Okay. Normal success.
So these roots come from the ground, but now in this case, Badul-An does have a chance to also roll against this. So to try and see if you can maybe prevent getting restrained like this, make me a reflex roll. Also a difficulty 2.
Okay.
Now he's rolling successes.
Oh, apparently.
Of course.
Apparently, Badul-An, in some way, you don't know how, he just seems to sidestep these roots as he still holds his gaze on you. And now I'll have to say, all right, Badul-An, you have to do what Obila says, and then you can make a focus roll and see if you can snap out of this. I don't like doing it, but unfortunately, it's the nature of this particular spell.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Would I count as an opponent? So can I attack myself using rally to me? That wouldn't make sense.
No.
Okay, I'll just make my attack.
You'll have to. She won't die, I think.
Are you sure of that? Can I dodge? Oh, let him just.
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
Would I consider her being evil in my current state of mind?
No.
No, okay. Then it's just a normal attack. Sword strength. So that's difficulty 2.
Yeah. No. You can both roll in this case and see who rolls higher. So
Okay.
Namuldi can roll whatever you want, toughness or reflex.
Only one
Oh,
success.
That's
he,
going to be toughness.
Yeah, he rolls 1 success. So you should be able to block this somehow.
Toughness is only 3.
Yes, but you can use your weapon
Right, to block
defend
it.
as well. Yes.
Yeah, but that gets to 4, so that doesn't really.
I mean, you only need 2.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna go for it. That is 4 dice. Hey.
All right. So luckily, okay, Badelaan, make a focus roll. Please succeed. It's difficulty 3.
She's stepping back and deflecting it and trying to talk to him.
Oh my God! You're still not
What?
out of it. You suffer you suffer 1 madness as you are still under this spell.
Can
Oh
I
my-
spend a doom point?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Let's
Okay,
see first
then
what happens then.
I'll re-roll. Oh wow!
How do you do that?
Plan.
What is happening?
Mm,
What? By the way, if you have some kind of a skill that could aid you, you are allowed to use that, right? So that's either way. All the roles in the game operate the same. You're attacking, you're avoiding something, you're reacting. So if you have something like maybe meditation, that, for example, could have been a skill that you can add because, you are sort of being controlled.
By the way, does
I-
the system
don't
use the
know.
correct form for setback? Because sometimes we get a setback on the last die, sometimes we get setback on the first die.
Oh, this I wouldn't know, but I'll check that later because I don't want to really do that
Yeah, of
during the
course.
stream. But it should
No, I
work.
fully.
But rolling 3d10, I think it's always the first one that it takes because the first die is a 2, so you fail and you have a 2.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so and that should pan out over
Oh
all
yeah,
the rolls. You
maybe
see
you're
here,
right. Yeah, okay.
the
you're
other
right.
one also, the first die is always the setback die in
Okay.
roll 20. Yeah.
But what is my setback?
Yes, I mean, this is not looking good, everyone. The setback is instead of suffering 1 madness, you will suffer a d6 of madness.
Can I roll that myself?
No.
Oh,
Here! Are you happy that you did not roll it yourself? Just 1 madness.
That's okay.
Wow. Wow. Wow, my chair just broke, I think.
IRL setback.
Yeah, my chair sitting. I suffer setbacks while just sitting. Anyway, so you're. I want to kind of start summarizing this because otherwise it's just gonna take a little bit too long because I cannot see you get out of the spell. Let's first see how many rounds it's gonna take for you to get out of this. Just make a few focus rolls and we'll see, and then we can kind of in one chunk see what kind of havoc you're gonna wreak.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So my first roll I would fail.
oh man.
Oh dear lord!
Fail.
All right.
Third one would succeed.
Okay, so make 2 quick attacks. And the
Oh.
moldy make 2 quick defenses.
okay.
All right,
A
that's a good one.
setback
You suffer a
and 3
setback,
successes.
and then yeah. Well,
So that's a dent on my Kopesh.
And the final. No, because you're not gonna. I assume you're not gonna try and. Okay, this is a failure, and then you, and then Namuldi fails. So the second one, shit. So it's one time, one attack is hitting. So you're kind of like coming at her with your Kopesh. Like, she's kind of like, oh, Badulan, what you're doing, snap out of it, and just one.
I just
one
keep
of-
talking to him. I
Yeah,
keep
trying to-
talking to him.
Exactly, and just one of them gets through, and that's it.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Wow.
Okay, Namuldi.
But you did still fail, and so for that you still take one more madness.
Okay.
And then we
And let me
resolve
see.
it.
And this is slashing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let me see how I'm gonna divvy this up in wounds and bruises because I need to take 6.
yeah, you could just mark a wound,
Yeah, with 2 times 6. Nope.
No, it's better because you'll probably still be able to rest at some point. So to take some more bruises now would be a smart move. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take. I think I'm gonna take 1 wound at 3, and then 1 bruise at 2, and 1 bruise at 1.
Just keep a few of those one point bruises open because otherwise it could get ugly.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm asking Zamia, Ilya, Kasan, what are you going to do? I assume Namuldi and Badulan. We kind of resolved this now. So Salek is making his way out. I mean, you had enough on your hands trying not to kill each other. Obila's gone. God knows what he is doing. Same story with Cason. I would not have guessed at the end of the last session that it would pan out this way, but here we are. So, Cason, Zamia, and Ilya, what are your next steps? And of course, you also remember the other ones, going to the other side of the city.
If
What
Ilya
happened with my
reappears,
charm?
Sorry?
What happened with my charm? I was charmed.
Yes, you were also charmed, right? But I think you eventually... Did you already snap out of it? You still also need to make a focus roll. But his command was not to attack anyone, simply not to follow him. So unless you desperately still want to try and do that, you can just ignore it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I will turn to the guards and say, I don't know what just happened there.
Are you alright, miss?
I'm not sure.
What was this all about? You calling Cason guilty of something?
Right. My mind's a bit clouded. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but we were investigating, and they were together with a group. The others might still be at the house. We can't follow him now, but there were 2 others. I would. And I'm just still a bit out of it, trying to gather my mind as I'm recovering from this weird mental spell. And then I think I might be joined by...
Well, they do kind of, like tap you on your shoulder and as if you're nauseated or unwell, and they're trying to calm you down a little bit. And Cason and Ilya, what do you do as you see? I think Cason was actually running up ahead, so I'll ask Ilya first because you are. You're still in some kind of pocket dimension. Right?
I hope not. I hope not.
No. That actually.
But when
ends...
she reappears, she will be
a
little bit confused and dazed perhaps. But then she'll look around immediately and she'll be even more focused and angry at this Cason guy. So if she sees the hold up with Zamia, then she walks in that direction.
Yeah, I mean,
or maybe jogs or runs even because she doesn't know that how many. Yeah, she's not sure how much time has transpired for her. So
No, that's a kind of a confusing experience. I also think you have to kind of search and look around because you did not actually see them go
Mhm.
to the gate, but you know where they were headed. So you finally arrive here. You see her kind of confused, talking with some guards. They're kind of like huddled together, like trying to help her. She seems upset. And
Samia, you're all right.
Cason is nowhere near at this point. So
Where's Kazan?
He went on the chase.
Where's his cousin? On the chase?
Mm-hmm.
Gee, we.
Didn't catch where. Where did you go? You were gone.
Some sort of dark place. I felt evil was lurking around me, but I'm here again. Where we need to find his cousin.
That man is gone, but perhaps
Gone?
I don't know where, but the other two, they were still at the house, weren't they? Maybe they haven't left yet. We can stop some of them.
I agree. Let's do that then.
I
God,
just realized that
some of you
Cason and
wait.
Casin's names are so close
Yes.
that it's
Close,
like
yeah.
sometimes difficult. Like, oh yeah, okay.
Let's head back then to the house. See whether.
God, can
Yeah.
you spare some to come with us if we're on the right track?
We are not to leave this gate. I mean, madam, we're sorry, but you were shouting out quite, incriminating things about Casin. I we'll have to see.
All right, so you
tomorrow,
don't want this. So you don't want the disappearances to be solved. Figures. Go and do your job.
We want the disappearances to be solved. But
Apparently not. You're
Well,
not.
if you can tell us how Casin made any of the people disappear, convince us by all means. But these are outrageous
Well,
claims.
then come with us to the house, and we'll
Mhm.
have evidence for you there.
What house?
And well, I think Ilya tries to explain which house it is, but
Hmm?
she gets annoyed by the fact that, well, they're lingering here,
Yeah.
and the others, well, might get away as well. So she just tells them and then heads into that
Mhm.
direction.
They still stare at each other, kind of like, they cannot just leave their post. And it's a bit, I mean, you have to admit, it's kind of a hard
Yeah.
sell at this point in the middle of the night, or at least in the middle. It's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the evening right now.
Yeah.
Ilya doesn't care whether they come along or not.
Yeah.
So
They already
she'll
left a man to go and get help from the dead. I don't think we can count on them to help us or anyone that's still alive. Let's
use
go.
tones, folks.
And I say that out loud so they can overhear and feel bad.
Well, that's what you get when you like turn around the sequence of events and do this before you do the investigation, and then you have no evidence to present. But it's okay. So you wanna head back to the house, Samia, Ilya? Where
Yeah, and while walking in that direction, just looking for Kazan, whether he pops up somewhere or not.
Cason, are you eventually gonna head back to the east gate?
I think after missing my throwing axe, I'll try running after him for like 20 seconds, but realizing I've lost him,
Yeah.
distraught, very, very disappointed in myself. Just reclaim all my thrown and tossed weaponry and head back to the rest.
All right. I'll just move ahead a little bit, and let's say you kind of meet up, you find each other, you head back to the house, and all of a sudden there's no one inside anymore.
How
Well,
surprising.
At
I
least
think it's
not
time
from
for some
not from peering through the window as far as you
I
can
think
see.
it's time for some investigation.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And
Are you
I,
sure?
I'm going to put on my mask of secrets.
Oh yes. Oh, the masks. I love the Viper. Yeah. And what
So
happens exactly? You can see.
you can see hidden traps, secret doors and passageways, concealed weapons, magic items someone might carry, or even spot clues more easily. Such
Let's enter the
secrets are
building.
revealed by giving off a soft white glow as seen through the mask.
That's
So it's
extremely nice.
it's
Very
like
Sherlock
a
Holmes.
sort of like a demi mask, like a half mask, and it's black, but it's got some. It's mostly matte black,
Mm-hmm.
but there are some sort of more shiny black details that you can only see if it catches the light.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
nice. And so, well, actually, because you can see magical items or items that exude some kind of magical effect with this mask, right?
Concealed weapons or magic items someone might carry, spot clues more easy. So,
Nice.
All right. Well, you definitely, as soon as you put on this mask, get a sense that there is some heavy magical vibes emanating from within the house. And you'd have to go inside, of course, to figure out exactly from where.
I will do so quietly.
All right. Is the rest joining Samia?
Yeah, like Ilya already said, let's get into the building, and Ilya is probably ahead of Zamia already,
Mhm.
and I think Zamia will see that Ilya is about to kick open the door instead of being quiet and stealthy. Yeah, but
All right. So no stealth roll needed. You
well,
kick.
yeah, it depends on Zamia whether she wants to cry out to, or at least, well, cry out. What? You go ahead then.
I'll let Zamia make a stealth roll first. No, wait. According to my own rules, there's no need for a stealth roll unless there is something that you've spotted to make a stealth roll against. So for now, it will suffice if you all just say, we move around stealthily. Then once you spot someone, then you make a stealth roll to see if they notice you immediately in that moment. So you go into the house stealthily.
By the way, Ilya has her battle axe in her hands.
Okay,
So
that's a good thing to know. Let there be no mistake about where the battle axe is located. And
she's done with this.
you walk
Cool.
inside, and it's actually a pretty simple abode. You know, there's like a wooden coffee table. There's a quite a nice couch, which is like it's like a silk fabric, dark purple color, and there's a very simple kitchen area, a small dining table, and then there is, because most of these houses are only one floor, right? And then there is another room with a closed door. From what you might guess from as houses are built here, that would be probably the bedroom. And from that place, your mask tells you some magical source is pulsating.
My mask also allows me to see hidden traps. So if anything is trapped, I imagine I can see it.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. But so
Yeah.
far, no traps in
All
sight.
right. Then I will try to see if I can open the door to the bedroom.
And it is dark in here. Does anyone have a torch? Unless,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah?
I mean, if something gives off a soft white glow to my mask of secrets, I can just go towards that. Because if I can't see anyone else, they can't see me. But I can see what I want to find.
Yes, but of course, though, if you want to do it like this, in complete darkness, you see something glowing in front of you. You can't quite make out what it is.
Yeah, but I can try to grab it.
Yes, and then all of a sudden your hand is stopped before you reach it, and you feel some kind of a wooden box or a chest of some kind.
I will light a torch.
He's
I
like,
am
this will
not-
make it a little bit easier. Yeah. All right. Torch is lit, and you can now see a simple bedroom, and there is next to the bed an old, quite sturdy wooden chest with a lock on it. And now you also see a trap. And the trap is inside the locking mechanism.
All right.
So there's many different things glowing here in this box.
I can break the chest.
No, it's trapped.
Yes, but
I can try to unlock it, but first I should try to.
Yeah, it has quite an intricate locking mechanism. Though you could attempt to open it if you have a lockpick kit.
how
I
big is
do
this
have a
chest?
lockpick kit.
It's as big as how? What's a good reference for this? As a goat. As big as a
Yes.
goat.
Goat.
That's
Yes.
quite a big chest.
It's a big
Yes, it's a
chest.
big chest. Yes.
I was gonna suggest just like pick it up and carry it with us.
No, it's not. It's not like a small box where you put
I mean,
in necklaces.
Barbarians
or
can
something.
do that.
Yeah.
But I am going to try to, pick the lock and also not set off the trap or try to. I don't know what would work best to first try to disarm the trap if that's needed, but Samia would know.
Well, you know where it is, so you can try and disarm the trap if you want, which is like in the locking mechanism. There's like to find that out. Let's see if you can dismantle this trap by making from the top of my head a dexterity roll to try and figure that out, and that would be a difficulty 4.
I want to note that I am moving away from the chest as she goes to handle
No,
it.
Ilya isn't. She's holding her battle axe and just looking at it like
So yeah,
Yeah.
it could be done already.
I hope you
I've
don't
got one-
suffer a setback now, because
I've got 1 point in mechanism and traps. Do I get a bonus on this because I'm able to see the glow of the trap?
yes, you'll definitely
Good
get
one.
edge also because you have your mask on. Yeah, good point.
Okay. I would like to re-roll.
You all cannot have many doom points left.
Ah!
It's impossible. Wow. All right. So
Nice.
you find this little spring, and apparently attached to it is a sort of a poisoned needle that would shoot out. And you
I nearly
kind
set
of-
it off, but like I have something in front of just where the needle is supposed to go,
Exactly, and
it
then
would have
you
shot out otherwise.
and
but...
then you attempt to make your lockpick, and now you can roll again, and make a dexterity roll, also difficulty 4, to see if you can open the lock. Same situation, same roll actually.
Ilya will just say, "Are you done yet?"
Ilya's like, why not just?
Exactly.
Same roll. So also the edge from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
Nice rolling.
Yeah, very good. You do have to deplete 1 use of your lockpick kit. So it's each time you use it, you deplete 1. But yeah, you've got enough.
So yeah, that's 2 uses then because and disarming and picking the lock or.
No, because
Okay.
that was only for picking the lock. There's nothing to do with disarming traps. So you will not suffer horrible damage and die. I skip to the next part. Inside, you find a few things. first of all, you find a mask, and I want to show you. Well, the only
I
way
like
to
masks.
show it is by showing you this, and it is a white ivory mask that emanates with a magical glow. It's hard to say exactly what its origins are. It seems old, and it's pretty basic actually. It only has holes where the eyes are, and otherwise it's completely closed off, and it only covers like the front of the face, and that's where it ends. And you also find a bejeweled ritual dagger. It's a dagger that has kind of like a curved shape on the blade. You still find traces of coagulated blood on this blade. And finally, you also find a book. And let me see which one it is. Oh yeah. You find a book with a title, The Amaran Umaltan. And from just having a quick look at this, the language that it is written in is Old Athenian. It's an ancient paper book with yellowed pages, and its covers are adorned with gold inlaid Old Athenian symbols that denote its title, which can be translated. Does anyone know the language Old Athenian? Because otherwise I cannot. Okay.
I
need to have a
Oh,
look.
you're not there. Yeah.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
I know classic Athenian.
And she does not read, so that's not
Oh yeah.
No.
Where
I know it,
is
but I'm not there.
I only know a normal Athenian.
Oh, no
Yeah.
Old Athenian here? Or
No,
all
Club
right.
Old Danny is somewhere else.
Non-present.
Then it remains a mystery, and it just looks very mysterious and old and.
Well, we can combine forces because I can read Athenian, so I can probably like read what it should be like. The alphabet's probably legible to me, and then we can work together.
But someone in the party knows Old Italian, right? So I mean, I guess you all would know a little bit of what kind of languages you speak. This is an ancient language, so it's a thing, you know, that you would probably know of one another. So you could just take it and see if someone else can.
I'm not leaving it here. I'm not leaving any of this.
We
here.
take everything with us, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're past the point of being
So you
like
touch the
thieves.
mask? No, just kidding.
Of course. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Who picks it up first? Who reached
I
first?
do.
Yeah.
I
Make a
do.
doom roll.
I
Make
like
a doom
that.
roll.
Do you want me to make the doom roll?
No. Just kidding. No.
I'll
just
do
not-
it.
No, I
I'll
was
do
just.
it. If it possesses me, I become the new villain. Come on.
You want this? No. In all honesty, I was just kidding around. There's nothing happens because you do feel, of course, like there is a weight to this mask beyond its like material weight. There is a dark essence embedded in it, and especially since you are wearing your mask of secrets, you can sense that this is not a benevolent item. It was made, crafted, and enchanted for very nefarious purposes indeed.
And now it's mine.
In the fires of
And
Mount
now
Doom.
it's mine. Oh my god! I think you've lost one of the party members.
And then of course
Second
means
one.
it's not theirs anymore. You know that's the important part. They can't use it.
I see. That's the purpose. No, keep telling yourself that, and just
Yeah.
take the mask. And
Hey.
but
Ilya picks
Thanks
up
for
the
answering.
blade, or she wants to have a look at it.
yeah, so it definitely appears old. There's several colored jewels in its hilt, and it has a curve and a very sharp point. It's kind of like it's a stabbing dagger that's supposed to deal as much damage as possible as it goes like in and back out again due to the curves, and there's just dried blood on it, and everything about this screams, in combination with what you already know, this is no ordinary weapon. It's probably been used in some type of ritual or sacrifice, whether it be
Yeah.
an animal sacrifice or maybe even human sacrifice. There is dried blood on it, so maybe you
More
could.
of a ritual or ceremonial dagger than.
Yeah, yeah,
Nefarious purposes.
yeah. It's not a magic weapon in a sense. By the way, if you want, you can. I would say that the mask, because on your character sheet, there's on the second tab, there's a place, and I'm just gonna use Cassan's sheet very quickly, so maybe you'll see some flipping now. There's a
Okay.
there's a treasures and trinkets area in the bottom left corner. So if you find any kind of small items, trinkets like this, they don't necessarily all need to fill up your equipment slots. You're allowed to just put like up to 24 of those over there. So if you find like gold rings, or even I would say that this mask could fit in there.
I think Ilya is just interested whether that dagger is well balanced. So she'll
Kind of do
do
this.
some thrusting and indeed hold it out and see.
If it's a proper weapon. I mean, I guess it could be used as a weapon, and if you're using it like that, the weapon it most resembles is the. Oh, what's the name of this one again? Let me quickly look. And the item list. You can write it down as a. I'd say a Cincadea, actually. Yeah, that most resembles that. It's a stabbing dagger, except for the curves. It's nearly identical. So strength or dexterity, 1d6 piercing damage, and vicious.
Okay.
Doomsayer,
Yes.
I was wondering, can I perhaps, by like the combination of the dagger and like the whole outfit with the mask
Mm-hmm.
and like the book, some of the symbolism on there maybe, can I try to figure out if this is from like a cult, a religious order, something I've come in contact with in the past?
Yes, I definitely think so, but it's not going to be easy still, because this is not like very common. So let's make it a difficulty
Definitely.
4, but you certainly can. It's a lore roll, and anything related to cults or the arcane is a skill that you could use, but none other actually
Yeah.
in this case.
Nah, I have like the only thing that might apply is like monsters and myth, but I don't think that's
No,
accurate here.
not in this case.
Then I have a different question. I have the traits ancestral guidance. It says it's when you find like ancient ruins or like burial sites, something of that sort, that you can like ask guidance from your ancestors to like spend charges to gain edge.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be applicable here?
I would allow it, yeah, because this house, even though it may not be an ancient burial site, it does hold items of significant historical and arcane significance that for just one roll, let's it can help you out to see if you know anything. I definitely think your ancestors would be by your side, as this is pretty sinister stuff that you are unraveling here.
I also have a question. I want to figure out whether
Yeah.
I know anything about this mask, and I wonder if I can use my faceless menace traits to gain an edge on a lore check for that.
Because you are, yes, I again, that would make sense to me. So let Kasan roll first, and then you can do it also, and we'll see if we can uncover
Difficulty
something.
is
Difficulty is 4 because
4.
it's still
And then I'll spend 3 charges from Ancestral Guidance to give myself 6 dice.
Nice.
I'm curious.
Oh. Why?
Never mind. It's fine.
A doom point, maybe?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, okay, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, why not?
Moving up.
Oh, I'm so mean. Okay, Zamia.
Yes.
Let's see. Maybe you can make something of this mask.
Yeah. What difficulty is it?
Also 4. Yeah, I mean, I can help it. This is not readily available knowledge.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No, but it's very pretty, and I want to put it on.
Ouch. Well, as a matter of fact, I mean, you do. All right, let's put it like this. You
And the
have-
best way to discover what something is like and the power it holds is to use it.
Yes,
And
you
I'm an expert
have
at using masks.
at this point a vision that I would like to show you. An image of, which the others don't actually see. And it's quite a maddening, intense vision that you have as you are holding this mask. And you know that this mask has been in this place that you are seeing now. And it had a very special significance and a very special role when it was in this place. And you see in front of you a chamber made almost entirely out of flesh. And you even see facial features, even though they are completely scrambled and malformed in the ceilings and the walls. But not only that, at the center of this room sits someone robed, human, yet also, in a sense, part of this room, as if it is the beating heart of this very room. And then you look to the walls, and not only do you see several people hanging there as if they're being half assimilated, even digested. It's not pretty, but they are barely alive anymore. And you
Like a Walter
also,
Faithless. That's also a fun bit of lore from D&D.
and you see several faces in the walls that just keep murmuring in some kind of a language that you don't understand, and they seem to be murmuring some prophetic text or predictions, or it's a super weird scene, and you just see this for a few seconds. And I do want to ask you now to make a willpower roll, difficulty 5.
Sanity.
Like, I could, try to roll 5, but I won't. So I'm gonna fail this, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's because you just all of a sudden see
Oh my
this
god,
and-
I had 4 fucking successes!
and still you suffer a setback. Oh my god. I'll have to look up how much it's 1d4, so because it's a setback, I'll make that 2d4 actually. That's 6 madness that you suffer.
Okay.
So, what exactly does Suffering Madness do?
Well, unless you have checked all the boxes that you have available, nothing happens yet.
Ah.
But when it does, you will suffer a trauma, which is like similar to an injury as for your physical body. So it will be a longer lasting. You could have something like amnesia or like a paranoia or like maybe a panic or something like this.
Oh, it's fine. I've still got one box left.
Oh my god. This is
Don't worry.
not
$1
going
is
well.
all you need. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's these setbacks. Really. But you'll be fine. Anyway, Namuldi and Badulan. Meanwhile, I mean, because you guys are still like snooping around in this house, finding all kinds of clues. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna keep talking to Balalan till he is not attacking me anymore.
Yeah, and eventually this does stop, right? Because we rolled for it before, so you see him, and all of a sudden he's like, and Badulan, I don't know if you want to act this out, but I can imagine, even you are like maybe surprised or.
Yeah, well, seeing that my second attack was a hit,
Yeah.
Mhm. She's hurt.
a
at this
significant
point.
number of successes. So Battleland would probably use the restraint property of his Kopesh. So the moment I regain my mindset, say, I'm probably on top of her with her restraint.
Well, it's more
Probably
like
surprising
when you
to me.
restrain with your Kopes, it's more like you're doing a grab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I probably have her grabbed when I regain my my consciousness. And I immediately let go of Namuldi.
What was that?
Jump back. What happened?
You attacked me.
Are you okay?
You see this large gash on her arm. What was that? What did you do? Why did you? Where is that man? Where and do we see?
It was just with me. Where did he go?
I don't know. And is that other young man still there, or is he already?
No, he slowly, like after he, kind of let go of his sadness, anger, whatever you might call it, for seeing what happened. He did eventually make it out because he knows there's other things to do. And by the way, just want to point out, you are now both in the street at night with a dead young man in front of you. Just wanted to, because if people
just point it out,
we might give off the wrong impression. But he's still like bleeding out on the street, close to you.
Is he still conscious?
No, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Just a
Sorry.
spool of
He said
blood.
he's bleeding out.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, it still continues.
Okay.
It does, right? When someone's dead, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
To a point.
Yeah, we could drag him away, but then there would still be a huge mess. Namuldi, we have to find Obila.
She is going to move into one of the side streets, and she also, while doing that, is always keeping a distance between her and Badulan, because if she does not know what happened.
No.
So she does not know why he attacked her. So she does not trust him at all at this point.
You don't tell her, Badulan, that you were under the. I mean, you do. You'd know that you were under some kind of spell, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in that case, I'm so sorry, Namuldi. Something in my head, it was talking to me, and it was forcing me to do this. It was Obila. It wasn't me. I'm so sorry.
Okay. We need to find. We need to find him. As quickly as possible. Would I be able to track him?
I mean, since he is still not gone for so long, I mean, normally I'd say like the desert, there's sand, there's wind, but I guess you could attempt to definitely see where he was headed. Yeah, because he's still his footprints will probably still be there.
And I do have Natural Explorer. So tracking in sand, desert is one of the terrains I'm most comfortable in. So tracking in sand is something I would be able to
Yeah,
do more easily.
yeah, I'm going along with it. Yeah, sure, because it's there's no roads here in this city, and no paved roads, so it's a natural surface. Sure,
Okay.
you can try. Though he was aware of you all trying to get away. I'd say it's a difficulty 3.
Okay. And what would that be for ability?
To track him and follow him. That's in this case, I would say awareness. Yeah.
Okay, and then my tracking applies, so that's +2.
Let's go.
Let's see, that's 5. Ooh.
Oh, nice. All right, so you eventually track him as he moves back. He went this way. I'm showing it on the map. I put you guys on the map, right? Yeah. So you see him going this way. And actually, then around this place, you see some signs of what appears to be a struggle and some blood in the sand. And then the tracks do continue, but I don't know if you want to see what that means. But it appears that tracks continue, but it's like someone is. Yeah, the tracks get bigger. Let's put it that way.
Bigger. I would propose to continue following the tracks. Whatever happened, we would not be able to discern what happened here. And it does not matter where but at least Namuldi is tracking this guy, so
yeah. All right, so you continue to follow the tracks, and eventually they lead to the back entrance of the temple complex, where there is a door, which is now closed and locked. And you can still see some bloodstains in this final part of the tracks in the sand.
we need to go in.
Badul, what do you think?
We definitely have to stop him. So, I mean, he's hurt already. One good strike and he's done for. But this time, let's stick together.
Are you okay? Are you here? Are you with me?
I'm fully with you.
She's looking first with a lot of doubt to Balan, then with that same face she looks at the door, because it's the temple. She didn't like the temple. Do you know how to? And she points to the lock. Or just force your way in. I don't care at this point.
He already knows that we're following him, so I would say
There's
That's just
just as a
horses.
note, there's more people in the temple than there's many priests.
Okay.
But it's a bad temple.
Yes, I mean, but just saying, from what you may guess, from being in the temple earlier, there would be at least around 6 or 7 priests probably inside. Sleeping, most likely. It's now like 11 o'clock. Some may still be up, reading, things like that. But be aware. You can still try, but just wanted to say that when you get caught, it may not just be Obila who sees you sneaking into the temple.
How likely is it that the other priests are
You'd
Yeah.
have to have a look inside. But
in the same group
there's
as
the
as
sleeping
Obila?
quarters, of course. It kind of depends on where Obila has gone to, which is not quite easy to say from outside of the walls. But it's a place that you could reasonably sneak around in pretty well if you just keep an eye out for any priests that may be awake, still walking around, etc. You're still, when you go through this door, you're still outside. It's just it's the gate into the gardens,
Yeah.
right, from this side. Yeah.
Yeah, clear. Is there any way to climb the gate?
Yes, the walls.
high.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then maybe you can help me, Namuli. We might be able to climb the wall.
She looks up. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Then what skill would apply to climbing the wall?
Climbing.
Yeah, I do have that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I meant ability.
Oh, ability.
If she has
Yeah.
climbing, then I'll help her.
Yeah, and so the skill in this case would be. It's always difficult, I think, with climbing because it's either strength or dexterity. But since it's a flat surface, I would say strength because it's mainly just pulling yourself up. You don't really have much, like little things to grab onto to skillfully.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we both make a roll? Or can we help each other?
You can help each other, definitely. So that means you're working together. Then one of you can make the climb and get edge because the other is helping. And then you can do it the other way around and help the other pull the other up.
Okay. And that's a difficulty.
Just a 2. It's not a super high wall.
Okay. Then I'm strength is 3. Climbing 1. And edge is a 1. So that's 5 dice. Oh, that did not go well.
Ouch.
I'm gonna spend a doom point.
All right.
Because we need to get over here. This.
God.
Don't roll
Reroll.
setback.
Yeah. That's a thing. Reroll. Hey!
Nice
That was
one.
a point well
Alright.
spent.
So you struggle for a few moments, but eventually you make it up to the wall. Then, Badolan, you can try to do the same. With now Namuldi trying to pull you up, you gain edge to this roll.
Okay. Well, in that case, it's 5 dice for me.
Of
course.
She's not that strong and he has armor on, so fair.
True.
My God.
Well, since you suffer a setback, I know what will happen. You fall down and your armor makes a lot of noise. And right now, Namuldi, who is on top of the wall, can see 2 priests coming outside from the temple, walking into the garden and kind of looking around because they seem to have heard something. And you are on top of the wall, by the way. So you
Oh
are,
yeah,
yeah.
I have
so,
no way of hiding somewhere, so
So there are, you can kind of hear them. So it's you haven't seen them yet, but as soon as they come around the corner, they are like. So what do you want to try and do in this last ditch effort to?
yeah, it's all out at this point. She's gonna jump down into the garden. Just to have a conversation with these lovely people.
All right. So, two priests of Aurelia, two Kahen, walk up to you, and they're being pretty careful, looking around. Like I said, I think I heard something. It's like, hey, you over there, what are you doing in the temple gardens this hour of night? You're not supposed to be here.
Are you turning down a person in need?
A person in need? What are you talking about?
I wanted to talk to the Queen of Stars.
No, you can't just come bursting in here in the middle of the night to ask for a Dona. Oh, you mean Aurelia, by the way. But sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oxford. I mean, you can come any time to the temple, just not in the middle of the night. She'll listen to you wherever you are, even at home.
I feel her strongest here, so I'm. Can you please help me?
And I'm trying to estimate how many time has passed, and I think with all the climbing and stuff going on, I would say that probably 10 or 15 minutes have passed. And I am just looking at what Obila was doing in the meantime, as he has grabbed someone off the streets and has been doing something in the background. You now witness as through one of the windows of the temple's sleeping quarters, as you're having this conversation with these kind of confused priests, you witness as a grotesque demonic creature crawls forth as if it had just burst forth from a human body, skin, hair, and flesh of some former person still hanging and dripping off its like fleshy form. And this was, by the way, you know, what they also were talking about at the end of last session. And it's coming straight for you with a definite purpose.
Okay, if there's just this millisecond, I'm gonna let out this bird cry that we have spoken about a lot.
Okay. Bird cry. All right, so you make this bird cry, and Badulan, you can definitely hear it. You recognize this bird cry. So something is probably up, but I'm gonna immediately ask you, and I'll see because you don't really see this coming or might not have expected this. I'll think that the flesh demon is gonna act first, and it's kind of floating through you, making its way close, and that's when I am going to roll. And this is what I like so much, is rolling to see what it's going to do. 5. Oh, dear Lord. You see, as it's closing in on you, it's kind of making this contorted form, and like it's trying to mess with your mind as it contorts its body into strange forms, and makes its head turn unnaturally far, and just gives out this insanely maddening sound as it does this. I want you to make a courage roll, difficulty 3.
Does my monsters and myth apply?
To withstand? No, no. That's more like for
Because I tried
knowledge.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it would
exactly.
be something.
3. I guess I have to spend a doom point to roll 5.
Well, it's difficulty
Since
3. It's up to you.
but I have 3 dice. So
Well, you can make it.
yeah.
Man, it's just a doom point.
Yeah,
13% chance.
exactly. Yeah, I
mean,
don't.
at a
1 in 8
certain
chance.
point, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go with it. Let's go. See how that goes.
Mm.
Oh. You are
Perfect.
frightened of this creature.
Fair.
And well, there's more coming. So as you are frightened, you suffer challenge to do anything while this creature is in the same room or area as you, and you cannot move closer to it. And at this point, you would usually suffer 1d2 madness, and I will make that a d6 for the setback. 2 madness.
Okay.
And then I'd ask what you want to do, and then we'll go and see what battle. By the way, these priests are like freaking out. They're like, they're saying, like, they're chanting, they're praying, they are both dropping to their knees, in like, I mean, complete fright of this demonic creature. Now, Molly, what are you gonna do?
I think I do have the kind of the same reaction as the priest, but I don't think she physically is going to do something, but in her head, she's going through all the encounters she had, things she had seen. Did she ever encounter something like this or similar like this? And did she experience or does she know what it is resistant to? Does it know more properties about it?
That's perfect for a doom roll to see. So I don't know, but if you succeed a doom roll, then you may have. Yes.
Okay, let's go. Nope.
Ouch. So no, you have not experienced a creature like this before.
Okay, I think she's just scrambling back, trying to get the most space between her and this thing.
All right, trying to run away. Back to the gate, maybe, or at least the area where Badu'an is closest to, or. But on the other hand, it's a dead end. So.
No, she's. If it comes out of the temple, probably she will go into the garden, even though it's a dead end.
So
there's the most space. There's the most space. So that's where she's heading.
Yeah. All right. All right. Badulan, you kind of hear some wailing and some screaming, some praying and chanting from the other side of the wall. There's commotion. You hear people moving. You hear what you can only guess is Namuldi quickly making her way back to the wall. What are you gonna do?
Well, being stealthy would make sense. So I'm going to try and break open the gate.
Oh, nice one. Okay. So make that a difficulty 3. It's a wooden gate. It's not particularly, it's not made to withstand an
So it's
army.
just a strength roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you have something like Olympian, that could help, or you can just make, if you want, you can just make an attack with it, like with your weapon skill.
Yeah, I don't really have a skill that would apply here, so just an attack with my sword, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, it's 6 action dice. Ooh.
Oh
plus
wow.
3.
Okay. Well, definitely with 3 momentum, you'll be able to. Maybe you have to like hit it a few times. I do have to say, it's not good for your sword to do this, but since you rolled 3 momentum, because usually I'd say this definitely would like dent at least your sword because you don't have an axe or something. But you rolled so well, you kind of somehow skillfully with your sword managed to break open this gate. So the gate bursts open. You see Namuldi, it's like with frightened expression on her face, and behind her is some kind of a demonic creature that's kind of like floating through the air really, really fast behind her, it's really focused on her mainly.
Yeah, in this case, it might actually make more sense if I had used my shield. Since I'm bashing
makes sense for next time. Yeah.
Yeah. But did I completely break the door?
No, you just kind of like burst it open, like kind of trying to hit the handle or the lock or whatever was on it, and just it cracks open. You can maybe do it because you already spent an action doing this. You can still like run inside, maybe do something small.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah,
I want to run inside.
You're making it inside. Namuldi is running away. Then we'll see what the demon is up to. A 3. All right. So it comes forward. Let's see what its speed is. It's medium. It's difficult. It's running behind you. So I'll guess it will instead use its entire turn to close the gap. So instead of taking an action, it will move more and eventually catch up with you. So next time or whatever's going to happen, it will be within range of you as you are like running away from it.
Can I see Namuldi if I?
Yeah, definitely, very clearly. Yeah, she's coming towards you both. Either of you can take a turn now.
Yeah, I'll probably take my turn immediately, and I'll run for the demon. I'll try to put myself in between the demon and the multi.
Nice, as the warden.
And then, and I'd like to spend 2 blood points to use Bane of Evil, because a blood demon is clearly evil.
Yeah, this is definitely an evil creature.
And attack the creature.
Nice. Okay, that's a difficulty 3.
Assuming that I can get in range.
Yeah, because it's closing in on Namuldi really fast. So as soon as you make your way around her, I can perfectly see you making this attack and hitting the creature.
What would be the difficulty?
3.
3.
Ooh, 2 momentum. So you want to... okay, so for in the future, you'll have to let me know before you roll which of the weapon attributes you may want to use, but you can now just choose one if you want.
Would it make sense?
You can use you can also use a momentum to boost Namuldi, because she could then use it to defend against the demon if it attacks her.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So I spent 1.
Yeah, and then you still have 1 left.
Yeah. And I'll probably try to restrain it. Because I'm really trying to stop.
With your Kopaz. Okay, yeah, cool.
And then
How much damage?
Okay, let's see. That's a D8. 14 damage.
Oh, dear Lord. +7? Oh, that's from
I
your,
get to apply my heart score.
Bane of
because
Evil.
Of Bane of Evil.
Yeah, very nice. And it's slashing, so let me see. 2, that's 12. My God. Okay, well, you definitely hurt it really bad, but it's not going down yet. You see, like, blood and flesh is just, being splattered in all directions, because it doesn't really have a skin, so it's just disgusting to see. But it's still coming for you. And it immediately. No, first we'll see what Namuldi wants to do, and then I'll go back to the flesh demon.
I because she's running away from it, she probably felt that breath kind of in her neck. So she knows it's close, but also feels the blood better probably when it's attacked.
From like you don't see it, but it's like Badul An is there, like.
Yeah. I think she cannot actively get closer to it, but it's close to her, so she'll probably turn around, kind of face to face with this creature.
Okay. But finding your courage, right? But you were frightened so far.
Yeah.
Let me just see. Suffer
So
challenge to do anything. Against it, you cannot move closer to it. So you could turn around. You cannot move closer to it. But let me see. You can attempt a courage roll at the end of each of your turns. So you can, if you want, you can attempt one now, because I think we forgot it previous turn. So try to make a courage roll now to see if you can end the frightening condition. By the way, on your character sheet, you can click on the conditions that are shown to remind yourself that you are suffering one.
Oh yes, this was frightened, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's the difficulty for that?
The difficulty of the creature itself, and that's a 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll.
Or
3
wait,
dice.
no, wait, because that may not be true. No, it is true. Yeah.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's try. Nope.
Ouch. Okay, so you are still frightened as you take your turn. So you can turn around if you want, but you know.
No, and then as soon as I feel this, then I don't think that she's gonna do that. As soon as she feels that blood's better and this warm breath in very, very close to her, she's gonna sprint away even further. She's gonna take a full turn getting away from this thing. And it does not feel natural, so that's also a thing. She's definitely spooked.
Are you gonna try and climb back up on the wall to get out? Because just like I say, eventually you're turning back into a dead end.
Yeah.
Behind the...
Yeah, I think she's going to try to get away as far as possible.
All right. Okay, so let's see next turn how well that goes to climb up the wall. Then we'll see what the demon does. Badul An. Oh my god, you have it restrained, right? So your Kopesh is keeping it firmly in place. Ooh, a 9. Oh god. Mystic ravagement. The demon becomes mist and flows into your lungs. Well,
okay.
Get ready for a toughness roll, difficulty 3. And oh my god, so actually that's pretty bad luck that I rolled this, as like him becoming mist kind of negates your restraining him.
Let's see. No, I'm not going to spend a doom point. So I roll.
We'll see.
4 dice.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah, gee.
So severe.
When does it stop?
Yeah, no, never. It never stops. You take 1d6 plus 3 internal damage as the demon is now inside your body. Yeah, wreaking havoc, and it's let me see, 1d6 plus 3. That's 5 internal damage, and because you rolled a setback in this case, you also suffer an injury. Let me check which one would be. Yes, well, internal bleeding. There you have it. So you can make a note of this if you want, or you can ask me later as a reminder. You only clear half of your bruises when you rest or recover, rounded down, until this injury is healed, which is not so easy to do.
Okay. Does it have a bleed score?
Sorry?
Because I can see that I can mark bleed.
No,
my
the
character sheet.
injuries you can write those down in the afflictions section. So let me take. So that's on the right side of the character sheet. Let me just here. The right side below where it says cantrips. You can just make a note and you can write down injury, internal bleeding, clear only half of my bruises during rest. Something like this. And for this, it would be cool to have like at least a very basic compendium in Roll20, so you can just select that, and I'll make that happen. All right, so that concludes another round. I mean, what are you guys doing?
I
The
don't see
thing's
any
still
of
inside
this.
me. I assume the demon is still inside me.
No. Eventually, it's still like an action. So eventually, it does come back out.
Okay. Is it still in its smoke form?
No, it then manifests again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, unless Namuldi wants to do something, I would like to hit it again with my Kopesh and spend my last 2 blood points.
For Bane of Evil.
Exactly.
Nice.
Ah! Wow.
Oh my god!
Come on.
Nope.
How many action dice did you roll on this?
7.
Yeah.
2 9s.
I mean,
God damn.
it is a demon, difficulty 3. It's not super easy to defeat it, but this is pretty bad. Yeah, so I'd say when attacking, yeah, you can slip and fall, right? So you make a misjudgment. It's just too much for you. So as you swing your Kopesh, you lose your bearing, and you suffer the confused condition, which lasts only until the end of your next turn. But you cannot take any actions during that turn, and only move around and defend yourself, as you are like trying to just make sense of the situation and the horrible consequences that you're seeing unfold here. Namuldi.
She doesn't see any of this. She's just clattering up the wall, trying to get away from this thing as fast as possible.
Yeah, all right. Roll me a strength roll.
You're
Difficulty 2.
climbing.
No help this time.
No. Climbing does apply, right?
Man, you guys really just run after each. It's like it's just oh wow, you may. Okay, so you pull yourself up. You're on the wall now. You see Badulan still struggling with this flesh demon, looking confused. The demon is now making another move, and it will break down the oh my god. It will break down the barriers of your soul and try to possess your physical body.
Again?
No, it's not. He's not in his lungs now. It is more like
No,
It
but
is
he
not-
has been under control of something else just not more than half an hour ago.
I know, but make me a willpower roll, Badulan. He's a warden. He's built for this kind of thing.
Of course. This time Baduan doesn't forget that he has a bringer of justice. So I'll use heart instead.
Okay,
Make
cool.
a difference.
What is the difficulty?
The difficulty is 3. And remember, you can also use a skill in these cases, right? Well, it should be something like if it's
Does
maybe
meditation make
yeah.
sense?
Exactly. That's exactly the kind of thing that could help when you're trying to when you're about to be possessed by a demon. You know that.
Yeah, take a short breather and prepare myself for a setback.
No, it won't happen.
Oh,
Nice,
ah,
very nice, great. I'm rooting for you.
Sure.
I'm rooting for you. All right. So the demon tries to possess you, but you're standing there, a beacon of hope, in the dark, in the gardens of the temple, and it just won't work. You've had enough of this. And at this point, what do you want to do? You cannot take an action, but you can, make a run for it, do anything else, because you still suffered the confused condition. So, which ends at the end of your turn now. So,
I'll. Is it still constrained? Restrained? I mean.
no, because when it did the mystic ravagement,
Oh yeah, of course.
yeah.
I'll just stay where I am.
Namuldi, what
Focused
do
on
you do?
protecting myself.
I think I forgot to do that courage roll, right? At the end of the last turn when I scrambled up the...
Oh yeah, you can try one more.
What?
You're still afraid? Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Oh, there you go.
All right, no longer afraid.
What's that? That's 3 10s.
Time for a comeback. Wow.
She's going to... Yeah, let's do this.
Come on. Kill it.
She's going to take her bow.
Yeah.
And she's gonna shoot that thing. That's
and
the only
shoot it.
thing she...
All right, go ahead. Make an attack.
let me see. That is Dex.
It's also difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm. What does my bow have? 1 Dex. That's 5. Would this also be hunting?
Oh, you want to use that? No, because it's actually a combat skill.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
exactly.
have to use your bow skill. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, cool. Let me see where that goes. That's
And it's not
5.
a deer. Otherwise, maybe.
You can shoot anything.
Yeah,
You can
that's
gain
true,
it.
that's true. Oh my
God.
god! All right.
What is going on with this?
So
The dice
you
are swingy.
You basically immediately spill. You miss, of course, and you spill 1d6. Oh well, that's just one. You spill one more ammo. So you drop another arrow. So you lose 2 arrows instead of 1.
Oh, I still have 7 left.
Okay, so come on. Unfortunately, this way it's not gonna go so well. Did I roll?
Yeah, that's
You rolled a
6.
This
d10.
is 6, right? Yeah. Yes, the gout of hellfire. You are set ablaze with hellfire, burning hotter than any other fire. Please make a reflex roll, Badulan. Difficulty 4.
And now hear that tune.
Yeah.
Hellfire.
Yeah, fire, hellfire.
Yeah.
I mean,
In that case, I'm going to use a doom point.
okay.
Ah! Really? Someone's going
Wow.
to die.
Wow. All right. That's 1d10 plus 2 fire damage. It's 9 fire damage, and you suffer burning 2, which means that from the top of my head, you suffer 2 more fire damage at the end of each of your turns, I think, unless you can manage to put out the fire by like rolling around in the grass, like most things will do. It's the dexterity roll or whatever applies. Difficulty 1. But until that time, you keep suffering. Yeah, at the end of your turn, 2 fire damage. And
And this is
Namuli, you're seeing this,
elemental
and you're seeing this demon like spewing hellfire at Balduan, and he's just ablaze right now. He's standing there. You just see a human torch.
Yeah. Does this ignore armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, no. I'm so. Excuse me. No, you'll definitely have some protection from your armor. So
Okay.
it's the elemental value.
Okay. And so then for damage, I have X1 bruises and X2. I can just choose myself which ones I. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I've marked. Oh wait, it's not.
Ooh. Oh man.
That's bad.
I mean, there's no specific turn order, even though I'm because it's just the 3 of us now. But I'll ask. What do you want to do?
I'm seeing all this. I am angry at my bow and at my weapons. It does not work. So I am going to. Let's make this epic. I'm going to jump off the wall, and in my jump, I'm going to change into a tiger.
Ooh, very nice.
Because I have one time doing that left.
Yeah, you can do it
before
one more time. All right, so you change into a tiger, and what do we see happen then?
So Namuldi jumps off the wall, but ends up on all fours on the on the ground, and is going to. Yeah, it's going to use her claws to just swipe at that blood demon.
All right. You can make an attack roll as the tiger.
Okay. What do I add? Is that an unarmed combat, or does it?
No, because a creature
I have
such as a
strength.
tiger is always armed because it has its natural weapons.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you
Oh, that's a
use-
strength, just
it
a
says,
strength.
for example, weapons, and then it says claws. So you use
Yeah.
strength, and you use
Yeah.
your skill 1, so you roll 6 action dice.
Oh, perfect. There we go. That's cool.
That's
That
a
works.
success.
Let me
And
see how much I.
1d8 plus 3 slashing damage. Maybe you'll even kill it now. I mean, it's not.
10.
Wow. All right. So, I mean, how would you like to do this?
Oh, it's just this big. She runs up to this thing and she is going to just bash that thing out of the way, slashing it as she goes.
You have the weight and the extra gravitas, your sharp claws, just at the same time slashing open maybe its chest as you just smack it towards the ground, away from Badulan, who is
Yeah,
still on
just
fire.
making a sideways movement. So she's going to push that thing
Yeah.
out of the way.
You just see it like rolling across the grass, which there's actually grass here, so close to the oasis behind the temple wall. So it's kind of rolling there, and you kind of see some smoke emanating from this flesh demon's body, as this thing of pure evil has now been has perished. I assume that with Namuldi's help, you two can make it happen so that the fire is no longer an issue. It's just a difficulty one. I want to see what we can do, excuse me, to maybe try and bring the party back together again before we have 2 long stretches without. Is there any? I forgot completely. Cason, Zamia, and Ilya, what were you doing?
We were robbing someone.
Yeah, I would say if everybody is looking at their items, perhaps because Ilya was balancing the dagger, perhaps she was also having a look at whether there were any sigils or any markings on it that made any sense for her regarding her occult lore that she has.
Okay. There are some symbols and markings on it, so you can try. You can try to identify it, and that will be a difficulty 4 also because it is just so obscure.
Okay. And that's a lore roll, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
lore, and then the skill that you propose.
Here we go.
Oh man. Wow.
I rolled twice for some reason, but the first one is already
Yeah, it's already a fail. All right,
exactly.
so some symbols there, but remain a mystery to you. What are the others thinking at this point? Cason, Zania?
Well, I just had a bit of a vision, and it affects me a lot. So I'm instead just going to go and look for things that, like, an assassin is basically a rogue, a thief, whatever you call it. I want to go and look for things not related to this, just to steal, to,
Points.
distract myself from all the fucking shit I just saw.
This is actually a misconception because I deliberately made an assassin as to not have this class be necessarily a criminal. But if you
that's fine. But I want to anyway.
Yeah,
because
that's cool. Yeah, no, that is okay. Yeah,
it's a bad coping mechanism, all right?
I see it. Yeah. It's a personal habit.
Yes.
So you're just grabbing all the stuff, whatever you can get your hands on.
No, not all the stuff. Only stuff that looks fancy or like it's worth something. These people are evil anyway.
All right, so you do manage to grab a few because Nimawe does like to wear really nice jewelry and necklaces. So you manage to grab a handful of necklaces and rings that vary from gold and bejeweled necklaces with a total worth of actually 72 gold. Yes, not bad.
Cool, I can focus on that instead of the vision. Very good distraction.
Oh yes, the division was, yeah.
So, yes! I'm distracting myself from that.
I almost forgot that you had this evil...
Sex madness!
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Sex
madness!
Oh,
I am doing bad things to cope with other bad things.
Yes. And the others can see this as well. And Cason, what do you think about this?
I'm not one for stealing, but to each their own. And I mean, if these people are quote unquote evil, I suppose it automatically makes it okay. But I think Cason will just make his way around each room, just everything that's dusty, just wipe his finger on it to feel. Every bottle he sees, just uncorks it, take a sniff, take a bit of a swig, swirl around his mouth, spit it out if it's gross.
See if the water is Dulmars or regular Oasis water.
Totally, yeah.
She definitely has Dulmars water, of course, set on the table. But it's a simple house, like I say. There's only a living room with a kitchen attached and a separate bedroom in which you were standing, finding all these items. And you can look around for a long time, but anything of worth was in the bedroom, the jewelry, and anything of interest was in that chest actually.
One last, any trapdoors on the ceiling or under a carpet somewhere?
Yeah, that's a good one. Make me an awareness. No, I decided not to do this. No, you can. Yeah, you can make one. Yeah, difficulty 2 to see maybe if there's something there.
Alrighty.
Success.
Nice.
Wow, it's a good roll. So you check around for any trapdoors. Maybe there's a secret cellar or something down here. Also, you've heard them talking about walls and stuff like this, but no, you don't find anything unusual. It's a regular house.
All right.
Any notes or anything else that might give us a lead where they Could be
Well,
hiding out or
to be okay, yeah. First of all, there's the book, of course, but you'll have to meet up with the others
the
or
ones who can
somebody.
read this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, who can read it. And I mean, they're not crazy. I wouldn't say
Mhm.
there's no clues to be found anywhere, but not here. So not in this house, at least, as to because you're wanting to know where this place is, right? Where they, yeah, I know.
Where they talked about whether,
Mhm.
or at least something like a lead here in town, perhaps where some others may hold up.
Yeah,
I don't know anything.
I guess that still will require maybe some more investigation into the disappearances. And maybe not necessarily even. It's difficult to say, you know. They're making sure that no one can simply locate this secret place. So following one of them would be your best chance of finding that out, I think.
Hmm.
Um, there is
Look how that
more.
worked out.
Yeah, I know it didn't. Oh, wait, I can check here. There's a few other ways which I can quickly glean. This because it is complicated, I admit.
Ilya will also just nod approvingly towards Zamia while
Yeah.
she's gathering some gold and jewels, and she'll also say, "Don't forget us, right?"
Oh, fucking flesh and darkness.
Perhaps we
The
should
fuck is going on?
leave for our tavern to rest for the night. I can see you are a bit rattled.
Yeah.
Maybe it is best we wait for our companions there.
What's going on, Zamia?
Sorry, did you ask something?
You're acting a bit confused. Well, ever since at the gate, but now
Did you see that?
what?
You should have seen. Did you not see that
Seen what exactly? What are you talking about?
figure? The walls.
No, we saw nothing.
Ilya's just looking around her, and I'm not sure what you're talking about, Zamia. Let's get back to the nomad and the crow.
Didn't she? Oh God.
To
I think the
area 10.
multi mentioned feeding to the walls. Oh God, that's what I saw. Oh God, I saw the walls. Walls of flesh. People being.
Come. You look distressed. Some
No,
good
I'm
ale
not
or
distressed.
wine.
Look, I've got pretty jewelry. Look, would I have this if I was distressed?
Sure, come. We're leaving. Hopefully,
Just as
we'll meet up with the rest as well at the Nomad and the Crow. So,
I believe
Hold
that's
on.
best.
Hold on. If they get back here, we should. I mean, they'll know, but were all water bottles taken, or was there any water left?
Did you take all the water bottles, Cason?
I would have taken a swig from effectively every bottle I could find, but I wouldn't have taken anything.
Okay.
They're still there.
Because I will put serpent tears into one of the bottles.
Ooh, I'll have to make a note.
evil.
That happened.
Not evil. These people are evil. If
Ilya
there are
approves
people here, and one
again.
of them just
Everything goes, no holds barred here. So
if it can somehow give us an edge.
I'm all for it.
Well, you are putting
No.
poison in water. Is it like colorless and odorless?
I mean, serpent tears. That sounds. Tears.
Oh wait,
sounds...
you don't know what it is probably.
Serpent tears is a way to knock someone unconscious.
Okay.
It does say.
But it
So.
is
Oh,
like-
yeah, you looked it up in the core rulebook. Yeah.
Yes. These tears collected from the Ojun snake or Juna snake cause whoever consumes them to fall asleep and become unconscious.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, the others, because you are making your way to you didn't agree on a meeting place, but the Nomad and the Crow makes the most sense, I guess, because that's where you kind of spend a lot of your time.
Where we have
Where we'll
rooms.
be waiting.
Where you
I
right, where you
accidentally-
have rooms. I almost forgot.
I-
You went for the expensive rooms, right? Because you needed
Exactly.
one night of well. It turns out you actually do need this night of really, really good rest.
I accidentally wrote serpent's fears instead of serpent's tears in my notes. T and an F are very similar in cursive.
The serpent's fears. I like it.
Yeah.
And you can Namuli Badulan. What is your plan? Going back to the Nomad and Crow?
Do the priests just let us walk
Oh,
out
they-
of there
they
after all
are
the carnage we've done?
Frightened out of their minds. If you want to talk to them, you can, but they are not preoccupied with apprehending you or any of that sort of thing. If you wait around long enough, they will start a conversation, but you can make a quick escape now if you want, or they'll start to draw in closer, look at the demon, talk to you. So however you want to handle it, you can easily strike up they are like not angry at you anymore because you've just slain evil personified.
Okay. Then I'm going to help. I turn back and I'm going to help Badelan up and
Still smoking.
yeah, I'm just gonna say to these poor priests, to these poor Kahen, we'll be back tomorrow, and then I'm gonna help Boang towards the front gates, which are closed. But yeah, fine, we'll open them if we can.
Yeah, I mean, if time is not of the essence, I don't see any point in making a big deal out of trying to get out of this place. So we'll move forward. You make your way out from the temple complex, and perhaps to the center of the city, Nomad and the Crow, that area. You can see your companions waiting outside the Nomad and the Crow, also quite distraught. You all meet back up. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I think yeah. Rest. Yeah. By the way, in
Rest.
Blood and Doom, you can rest twice a day if you want for 3 hours. But it's not really necessary now because what happens when you rest is this is gonna be good to hear for Zamia. You clear all your madness and you clear all your bruises. I think you can just press the rest button on the sheet and it will do it automatically for
Let's do
you.
that.
What about the effect that was cast upon me, where I have like -2 to like all my physical?
Yes, that was
otherwise I'm
until you
see
rest.
doctor.
Until you rest. Yes.
Great.
Yeah. And only your wounds will still remain, and also any injuries that you may have suffered. Also trauma, but nobody actually suffered that. So the injury, unfortunately, will still linger. Are you wanting to strike up a conversation with Ariotem in particular?
Ilya needs a drink, so if he's there and he's willing to have a talk, then sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there any way to treat my internal bleeding?
No, only
Well,
when you
It's internal. That's why the blood is supposed to be.
Yeah, well, you can. It requires a full days of rest in a safe place, and then someone needs to make some rolls to see if you can do that, or you go to a healer, but it still takes a full day. So unfortunately,
that does make
unless you
sense.
wanna sit out the rest of the adventure in one of the rooms, it can be done, right? I mean, if you want to, but you
Yeah.
you
Sort of.
you cannot get rid of it without taking a full day off.
Okay, and I only restore half of the bruises.
Yeah.
And am I free to choose how I?
Yeah, so half of the one type and half of the two type you clear.
Rounded up or down? Because I have
Down.
3
Down.
rounded
Yeah.
down. Okay,
Woof.
so that brings me from 3 to 2, x2 bruises, and
That-
from 5 to 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's pretty. I mean, that's pretty nasty. But yeah, it's supposed to be. Also, by the way, just a short note, do some promotion in between. For the Kickstarter, we'll also have all these nice little cards that you can get, which list all those injuries and traumas and conditions. It should be super handy to have, as well as like the weapon attributes. You can there's enough for groups of players, for multiple players to have, for example, the similar injury or condition, and will help a bit with memorizing all those. So you strike. Okay, so Ariotem. Kind of interested, of course, in.
I mean, we're also, I think, interested in what the others did and were they successful or not in some way or another.
Okay, so you first just order some drinks, and Ariotem looks at all of you, and he does. I mean, I assume you're ordering, he does say to you like,
I'm going straight to my room. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep with my dagger under a pillow with my hand on it. So just like.
"Do you also take the mask?" And
Yes.
okay,
The
Mm.
we'll
mask
talk
is with
about
me.
that later when you sleep.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah. And he does say
And
to
I
you, Ilya, he
assume
says
when-
like, what have you been up to? You all look beaten down. Is something up?
Things didn't go our way.
Things didn't go your way. What do you mean? You're investigating the disappearances?
Hmm. We think we know who's behind all of this, or who are behind
And he
the
leans forward.
disappearances.
He says, "Yes."
I'm afraid I cannot tell you yet, but you might hear stories tomorrow.
All right. Well, I'll better just get you your drinks then.
That would be best.
And he goes to the back, gets you all a round of drinks, and you are all free to sit on these wonderful sofas that he has in his lounge. Zamia is already upstairs in her bed. By the way, bringing with her occult items and the book. Who has the book? Because I think that wouldn't make sense for you to take it, as you cannot read it.
Not sure who took it.
If no one else took it, I took it. But
All right, Samia has the book as well.
yeah.
So there you sit. Maybe discuss what happened and what the plan. I think it will be a good because we agreed to play until around 2 o'clock. So maybe you can make up a small plan so I can listen in and prepare for the next session, and then we end
Definitely.
it there. Yeah.
First, Ariotem, do you have water pipes?
Oh, you mean the nargile? Of course.
Yes.
What flavor?
All the flavors.
All the flavors. Oh,
Blood
I'll
Doom
make
and
a
Flame.
special mix for you. I'll make a
Thank
special
you.
mix for you. And he goes into he's making the drinks. Immediately he'll grab some tobacco, and he gets one of those like glass bowls, metal pipes, with those leather hoses, which you all know. But in the game they are called nargile. And you know this from playtesting, right? So So he fixes up those as well. It will be quite relaxing. So Namuldi, Badulam, Ilya, what an evening.
I'll think we'll check for any eavesdroppers and
Hmm.
share at least our experiences.
Well,
Yeah, but Namuldi, if they are going to tell about what happened to them, Namuldi is going to leave out parts that Battle attacked her.
mhm.
She's not
Okay.
going to tell that.
That's cool. About people eavesdropping, there's only like 3 or 4 people here at this point. One of them is actually also smoking a nargile. They're sitting in a corner, in the far corner of this area. And when you take a closer look, you actually see that, oh, again, one of these people is actually Tunaka, the man you saw earlier. He's sitting there with some friends, or at least acquaintances, you might guess. But they don't really pay much attention to you. So
Okay. Then we'll share our war stories from today.
Yeah. How was your success with the other one?
We tracked him to the temple at one point. And then something, as she looks at Bala, something attacked us, and I have no clue what it was, but it was nasty.
Is it like a man, a beast?
It was a lot of... It was a man without its skin. It was weird and bad and not natural, and I hated it.
Ah, yes.
And at some point, I was smoking the thing.
You what?
But
It's
Obila,
hard to explain.
you managed to get hold of him, interrogate him, or?
No, we tracked him to the... We first thought we had him, then he ran off. And he went into the temple. We followed him, and the thing came out of a window. I don't know what happened. I don't know where. Did you see the priest again, Badolan? No, right? He didn't come out.
I didn't see him, no.
Damn. And probably Ilya will slam her fist on the table, and same on our side. That
I
old
hope
man
that
managed to escape.
Yeah, I ended up chasing Cason into the alleys behind some houses, but the yellow-bellied coward, I allowed him to escape. He's probably fought long out of the city by now.
Gathering his comrades. These foul people. Next time I'll use my battle axe immediately instead of trying to hold him. No more mercy. So,
Can we get to bed? I'm tired.
well, we found a book, but probably better to look at it in the morning. Zamia has it. We hope that one of you is able to translate it.
What language was that book?
It looked like Ethenian, but neither I nor the others were able to read it. Old Ethenian,
I could
perhaps?
give it a try tomorrow morning.
No.
I do know some old Ethenian.
Oh,
Let's rest. Let's be wary of any of these people or associates of the people that we try to capture might want to break into the tavern here or in.
One last thing. Zamia ended up talking about like walls of flesh, and she was very frantic.
I
I believe
mean,
we should maybe
things.
inquire in the morning.
Yeah, you look. Ilya is like she shrugs it off. Like a lot of things happened. I mean,
What's a wall of flesh if you've been to another dimension, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
yeah, Ilya just drinks enough to have a good night's sleep, and
Yeah.
she'll call it a night.
All right. I think this may be a good stopping point. In the next episode or session, episode, it's not. During the next session, we may see what secrets are held by the Amaran Umalthan, the book that you have now in your possession, as well as perhaps some more clues coming from that white ivory mask that Zamia has in her possession. Unfortunately, both Obila, Cason, and also now Nimawe and Amara have all escaped your grasp, and you have no idea where they might be. And as such, the tables have turned.
Well, here's the thing. They want to talk to us probably because we know they are onto this. So we can lure them into a trap by using ourselves as bait.
Yes, but do you know what they plan to do so that you might be able to...
Obviously.
What could go wrong?
That will come next time. So, all right, everyone, this again was a ton of fun. Lots of cool scenes.
Lots of setbacks.
I can see this.
lots of them, yeah.
Yeah, wow, that was great. But
some roles were exceptional as well.
Yeah,
That's true.
exceptionally good. Some very cool setbacks. I really like that mechanic. And
We
you can
didn't.
see combat can become quite lethal, quite fast. And this was just one. These were just single enemies basically.
We split up, right?
That's true. That's true. But I can easily see this lasting another session, maybe even two. So we've got ourselves a mini campaign on our hands around this. Why not?
Into a predicament.
Yeah. So
I do have a question.
Yeah.
When are doom points ever restored? I remember, I think, reading about it in the rules, but I forget. How do you regain doom points?
That is actually a very good question. First of all, you are all resting, and you can roll 6 action dice, and each success gives you back a blood point. And then at the end of a session, you can roll 6 action dice, and each success gives you back a doom point.
Okay.
So you can regain some blood points.
Oh, I need those.
Yes, so you can roll 6 action dice and then simply count the number of successes and regain that number of blood points.
That's really per session for the doom points, or also when a rest
blood
involved.
Points is each time you rest, and doom points is each at the end of each session, because those.
So should we do the rest now to also
We
restore?
forgot to do that
boost
last
after that?
time.
Yeah, we
Yes.
may need to roll twice.
I forgot. Yeah.
That's
No
why we
worries.
had so many left.
yeah.
Okay,
And it was
so
D10s for both, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
just
and
you can basically just press the 6 action dice and then just count the successes and do it
yeah,
2
so
times.
Yeah, first
Wow,
blood.
Cason.
Classy. Yeah.
0 blood points and 1 doom point.
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice.
It's all
Oh,
a character, baby.
You made a macro. Oh, that's
Oh.
nice.
5 blood and
Wow.
0
rolled
doom.
fast, Hassan,
Of
yeah.
course.
0
Ah,
doom.
that's-
All right.
Let's do it like this. 2 more
Keep
times.
in mind.
Blood.
Keep in mind. You can never go over 6. So the maximum is 6.
Okay. I have full blood. And
Yeah.
now. Okay, I have 5 doom points again.
Yeah, me too. And I
Do we
really
also
don't
get to
want
roll for the last time that we missed?
Nah.
Oh. Not even because I asked so
Fair
nicely.
enough.
Don't worry, guys. I have 2 doom
me-
points. We'll be fine.
Let me think about it. Maybe next time first, because you've got so much. You're like it's a one shot. So again, spending too many doom points.
Hmm. We're moving on to the third session.
That's-
So is
that's
that really
true.
a one shot still?
Yeah. No, that's true. You are correct. Yeah. Okay. Let me think about this. In the meantime, of course, thank you all for watching. Please keep in mind, the Blood and Doom Kickstarter is still in its final few days. We are running all up until the end of April. So there's still some very cool stretch goals that we are almost about to reach. We are almost up onto the 100,000 euro mark. And then there is still the much wanted and desired priest class at 125. Yes, with
Please, we want that. Go.
Yeah, so I reasonably it's still possible because you always see this upward curve at the end of a campaign. So I am not exactly sure that we're gonna make it, but there's definitely a good chance that we'll still be able to make it. So back the project, get more add-ons, increase
Go for
the
it.
pledge that you already have maybe, and we can definitely get there. And I'll put a link down in the description later to find the Kickstarter for you all. And then quick shout outs, promote yourself, tell whoever is watching what you want about yourself and any projects that you are working on and any social media handles. I'll start with Sandra because
Okay.
you're below me. You don't see this, but yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Catherine. Also, you can find me with @SandraCatherine on Twitter and on Itch, where you can find my horror game when the end comes. And I'm currently working on a 2.0 version of it, and on some scenarios. So looking forward to putting that out there, hopefully by the end of June, actually.
Cool. Looking forward to can I play in your new playtest when it's starting?
Yeah, of course. You know where to find me.
Cool. All right. Hassan, Wiebe.
Nah, man, I'm good this time.
I know.
I got like so many followers on my Instagram last
Yeah,
time.
and then we have Badul Aan, Wim. I know what you're gonna say, and please do promote what you want to promote.
Well, I don't really have an online presence, but I am present in the Dutch 20 Discord server and also the Beyond D&D server, and of course the Blood and Doom server.
Blood and Doom. It's actually I when I look back our stream, it's the Dice Still Games Discord server, but it's the same thing. People, but yeah. So shout out to Dutch 20, shout out to Beyond D&D, shout out of course to Dice Still Games, and especially if you happen to be Dutch speaking, the former two, so Dutch 20. Beyond D&D are really cool places to find all these people, play games online with them, and the Dice Tale game server is, all about Blood and Doom, and it's an English language Discord where you can join and talk about that game. Zamia, Kira.
No, just go and check out Sandra's game.
Yes. More shout outs. Same from Ilya. And of course,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And we I see up. Yes. So very cool. Go check that out. And again, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for playing with me on King's Day,
Thank
no
you.
less. On King's Day.
Mhm.
So
King's
maybe
Day.
if you're going out to party later today, have a lot of fun. And we'll meet up later to set up a new date. And I think that will be after the Kickstarter probably. But it's going to be still as much fun or even more than now. So I look forward to our next session.
Until next time.
Same.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.